Ooh, hello. Hello and welcome. I want to have this in the background. I've not done that before, so I don't know what a good level is. Maybe this. Maybe this. Ooh, this gonna work. You can't work. You work. Yay. You'll note that the thing that was on there is not on there anymore. That fucking... You know what I'm talking about, the thing. The thing! There was a thing, and now there's no thing, because I spent money. That kind of thing. Let me pop this in there. There you go. Starters, if you would rather watch someone else. They're streaming at the moment. Charity thingy-majiggy. Go support them. Free games. Well, not free, but you know what I mean. I think £35, it works around $50 if you donate that much, then you can get a bunch of games. Is that the Tiltify, that thing? It's in the chat. Go support them. It's far more worthwhile than this is. Yeah. That out of the way. Many awkwardness out of the way, maybe. Probably not. I'm gonna be honest. Ooh. I feel like I'm starting again. I don't know why. It feels fresh. You know, like it's all begun again. I'm just gonna do something. So let's test this actually. See if this works. Okay. We can see what I'm planning on doing. I've not done this before. I don't know whether it's good or not. I don't know if I've done it right. But it's a test. Maybe you might see me doing this very often, to be honest. But if I ever did, I should probably come up with a border, shouldn't I, to go around it? That'd be pretty fun. But yeah, I don't know. It would be kind of fun to do a thing. I should say, because I'm sure it would be on everybody's mind. I did manage to finish the second stage of the relic thing, so I got the glow. I saw what the next stage was, and I was very much like, I'm good actually, it looks alright, so this. I'm not collecting 30 things in a few days. No thank you. I say that, I did go right back into Palace of the Dead. Because I wanted to finish. I'd gotten so close to getting the items I needed for the red glow. So I was like, well, I'll go in some more. You know, I'm getting XP from it. It's not like I'm not doing anything. Not like I'm not achieving anything from this. Alright. Yeah, I managed to get the 90. I managed to solo floor 100. I didn't do most of the grind solo. The relic grind. Eventually I got to a point where I'm like, you know what, this is going really slow. I'm just gonna get in a group. I'm just gonna match up. The problem is, I was trying to get to level 100 because someone said in chat that that's when the drop rate's better at level floor 100 plus. So it's like, alright, well, I'll get a group up through 50 to 100. I got one from 50 to 90. And then people just stopped queuing. Except for 50 to 60, which is kind of what I assumed it would be anyway, because I'd already heard that's where everyone goes to level up, right? So I was kind of expecting that prior to it. I think it was pretty close to midnight at that point as well, so I don't think many people were on. So eventually I was like, well, you know what? I just grinded 50 to 60 once. The drop rate was still shit, but it was like 10 minutes a run, so it's like, alright, whatever. I'm getting half a level on my job, so I may as well. It's not like I'm not getting anything from doing it. So I did that, and then I got to the end and I was like, now I want to grind these weapon things. The ethereal armor and the weapon. I'm not getting much of any upgrades from this 50 to 60 floor, which means I need to get to the later ones, but no one's queuing up for them. So I ended up soloing up to 100 anyway. Surprisingly, it was quite easy. Apart from, like, compared to the first 50 floors where I struggled quite a lot. I thought it was quite easy. The only one I had trouble with was the big fire one. I didn't realize I was supposed to stun him. I guess I was lucky because I'd switched over to warrior at that point because I'd already got summoner at tier 50. I was lucky that I had a stun. I guess that was on warrior. Otherwise I don't know how I would have dealt with it. Man, I kept getting one shot. I was lucky though because I had 3 other revives and I'd already used one. So I had like 4 chances at it, but I did end with like 4 minutes left in the duty. So, not perfect, but not terrible. Which is something. Story of my life. Yeah. So yeah, it was good progress. I did some stuff. It was great. I'm at like 93 and 91 now. Which is gonna drop down to 3 and 1 tomorrow, I imagine. I had a peruse through the patch notes and I think that's what I saw. I think it said that they'd added Reaper and Sage weapons to that. I think that's what that meant. So, yeah, I'll probably do that before I get into the MSQ stuff. I think that's my plan anyway. Get Reaper, maybe get Sage, like instance into Palace of the Dead to see what they look like and decide which I prefer. And get that. And then MSQ. Yeah, that's quite proud of myself to be honest. Warrior works very well on a controller. I found myself having an easier time with Summoner on controller too actually, than I was with mouse and keyboard. Warrior surprised me though because I feel the complete opposite way with Paladin. And they're not that different. They're quite similar, at least early on. Because my Warrior is still like in the 30s. Although I suppose I was level 60 in Palace of the Dead when I was using it, so it is gonna be oh, hello. Ooh, movement. It is gonna be a bit weird, I suppose. Ugh, am I gonna sort this out so it doesn't do that? Okay. Movement is happening. I hadn't planned on this. Don't remember you being so temperamental. Sweet phone. Alright, well I don't need to... Anyway. We should just get into this. Alright, I'm gonna be honest. So, here to here... I've forgotten their names. I feel really bad about this one. This one I don't know why I can't remember his fucking name. I think it's because in my head I'm thinking Van Daniel. Because he was such a little... toe rag. Hello, Bruder Mark. How you doing, buddy? But I've forgotten his name, so... Her name I don't even know. We'll go through them, anyway. Yeah. Everyone else are pretty good. Except Biggs and Wedge. I don't remember which one's which. I think Biggs the big one. But I'm not entirely sure. We'll see. Okay, so... Oh! Lucia? I think Lucia, maybe. We'll start with Lucia anyway. We're gonna call her Lucia if that's not her name. That's what she is now. Good. Good. Well, there's a good little benchmark to have actually for good. I like her. She doesn't get a lot of time, I feel like. She gets on that airship in Heaven's World and you think you're going to spend a fair bit of time with her and then you kind of don't. Like, she has a little reveal that she's a Galleon. We're moving again. Just stay there, I guess. What is the difference between the Collector's Edition and the Standard Edition? Alright, so the Collector's Edition, if it's the Digital Collector's Edition, then you just get some free digital goodies. So there's a mount, I think, and like a minion. I think that's it, really. I think if it's like the proper physical collector's edition, there's like stuff in it, like statues or some crap, I don't know. But the digital edition, the normal edition is just the game. But you get early access as long as you pre-order, regardless of the edition. If that's what you're wondering. Ugh. Yeah, there's like just go there, camera. Just go there, it's fine. It's like the mount you get's like a horse thing. And the minions, some little character from a previous Final Fantasy game that I have no idea about. So you get one for doing the pre-order as well. So it's like a match. They're like twins or something, I think. But yeah, that's the difference. No worries, buddy. No worries. Ooh, alrighty. So yeah, I thought we were gonna get more time with her in the main MSQ. They sort of set it up that way. She takes a little thing off. I'm a guardian. And then she kind of just fades into the background, I feel like. And she hasn't really done much since. Which is a shame, because she's got the same voice as Lena in the Old Republic. Which is good. It's a good thing. Lena's great. But she's good. She's alright. She does the thing. Alright, this son of a word. Whose name, for some reason, forgotten. All I can think is Fandaniel. I'm gonna be honest, as much as I dislike him, he does his job very well. I feel wrong putting him in the best though. So good. How about catching up on DLCs? I pre-ordered Endwalker and I got all the DLCs when Endwalker drops. I think that's how it works, yeah, but I don't know if it's when early access happens or when it's like actually like the proper release day. But you don't get them until one of those. I would assume it would be early access, but I'm not sure. A quick Google might help, maybe, hopefully. I'm sure there's like an FAQ they've got, or there should be. Yeah. Yeah, you get, because Heavensward's in the trial, right? So it'll be Stormblood and Shadowbringers. It's my understanding. Yeah, he's a son of a bitch, but his entire purpose is for you to hate him. And I very much do hate him, so I say he does a good job. He's not getting there because he's a son of a bitch. Alright, one of these is called Atariel. I think it's him, so I don't know what he's called. Which kinda he's like I feel like he's tail end of a guy. I do like him, but I don't like him enough to remember him. So remember his name, I should say. He's alright, isn't he? They give his brother more to do, I feel like. His brother gets an actual story arc. He gets a little bit of one. He's a bit arrogant at first, and then he sort of humbles out a little bit, but yeah. Just finished A Realm Reborn. So there are many spoilers in here, sir. This is not the one. You've a long way to go, yeah. All the expansions are quite long. The patches also quite long. Realm Reborn's 2.0 technically, I think. I'm trying to wink, but I can't wink. But yeah, have you done the patches? Or have you just finished the expansion? The expansion, the main thing? Because if you just finished the main thing, then you've also got a lot of patch content to do before you get into the first expansion. Which is quite a lot. Yeah, it's going to take you a while. It's worth it though. Some good stuff. Just seeing credits. Is it the first time you've seen the credits? Because if it's the first time you've seen the credits, you got a lot of patch content ahead of you. There's 5 patches and then half a patch. Loving it. Oh wow, nice. It only gets better, buddy. It's all uphill. Nice. Yeah, this is going to be very spoilery though, yeah. So, ooh, you're playing a monk. I played a little bit of monk. I got monk to level 30, I think. So only a little bit. 52, nice. Get a good head start on the next expansion then. One thing I will say, the patch content gives you very little XP. So you're probably not going to level up much from that. But you don't need to. The expansion starts at level 50. So, but pre-warning. You can fly now though. So that's good. You can have a little fly around. You know. until you get to Heaven's World, and then you have to unlock flying. Then you can't fly around anymore. You can spend a lot of time flying. Ooh, enjoy though, buddy. You can miss all the, well, you won't miss the queue, but you won't be stuck in the traffic of everyone trying to do the quest tomorrow, at least. You can enjoy the launch experience in one way, but not so much the other, I guess. Yeah, have fun, buddy. Enjoy. Alright, you... How about you been good? He has some good character development, good character growth. I'm quite enjoying him. He's a little bit of a little shit. But he grows out of it, somewhat, but not too much. He's still a bit of a shit. No worries, buddy. Enjoy. Have a good time. 20 levels, you can play around with the new classes. So that's something. Well, I guess 18 levels. 18 levels. So they start at level 70, level 80, level 70, definitely 70. So that's something to look forward to. This guy, meh. He's shown up a few times. I think he's mostly a relic grind kind of guy. I think that's the idea behind him. But he was in Shadowbringers very slightly. He's just kind of there. I don't know. I don't have much attachment to him. I guess because I'm still relatively recent to getting to it. Where's Monk the best of the best? How do you mean? How do you mean, buddy? Oh, do you mean on the list? Ooh. Honestly, I don't know. I've not played enough of Monk. I've only got to level 30. I mean, they look pretty cool. So that gives them points. I don't see a lot of people playing them either. See, it's got that niche kind of vibe to it. I think they take it. The people are taking well to the updates for Monk as well, I think, in the expansion. So that's something to look forward to. I don't know how much is changing. I think currently for some of the abilities you have to do positionals. You have to be like flank or rear. And I think they're taking some of those away. Well, they're not taking the abilities away, but for some of them you won't have to be as positional anymore. So I imagine that'll simplify it a bit. Because I think it's one of the trickier classes to play at the minute just because of that, mostly. But I don't know where I'd put it. Hello, Despair. How you doing, buddy? Do you like my everything setup? I've done stuff. Like, I've got a background, which I didn't make. I'm playing music, which I didn't make. I'm learning how to use things that I didn't make. I think it's the official artwork from Square Enix. I don't know. That's where the music's from anyway. They delete your keybinds like ESO. I don't think they will unless they take unless there's an ability they've taken out of the game. I don't think they'll mess with your keybinds. Although I wouldn't know, it's my first time expansion launching, so I can't imagine they do that though. Bit weird. Do they do that every expansion with ESO? Or is it just like a one-off because they were changing a bunch of crap or something? I could see that being a pain in the ass for sure. No clue. Alright. Maybe it was just a one-off. Seems extreme to do that every time, right? I don't remember them ever doing that in like WoW or the Old Republic. Yeah, I don't think that's the thing. I've not heard anyone say anything about it anyway. And I've looked at a lot of, this is what you need to know for the expansion launch. No one mentioned that. Thank goodness. Well, I'm only saying maybe. You never know. I could be wrong. Yeah. I do know one thing that they've said is because changes they're making, if you were like, had XP into a level, then that's gonna be gone. Oh, shit. So you're right back to. So if you're like halfway through level 53, you'll just be like at the start of level 53 now. You will lose XP because of the way they're having to rebalance all the numbers. I think that was the reason. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, it's a bit of a pain in the butt. That's great. Be right. You don't need XP anyway. Just get a real or something. Love the grind. Hey, if you like grinding, there is a lot to grind in this game. Believe me. Just have fun with all those relics. As a grindy time. Alright, so yeah, we can be Tailend again. Part 1 hour cutscene. True. Little son, whose name I do not remember also. So where is at the beginning? Might be controversial, but... get there. It's kinda meh. The only thing I remember about him is little son. Kinda meh. I don't know. I don't even have anything to say about him. He's just... meh. She, on the other hand, is pretty fucking cool. Sadu, right? I do remember your name. You shouldn't be there. Sadu. She's fun. She's feisty. She's the one who delivers the meme. And isn't the butt of the meme. She's a lot of fun. Yeah, and he gets super rejected. He does. A lot. Very often. It's kind of his thing. She's a bonehead. She is a bonehead, but she's a fun bonehead. And I enjoy her. So she's going up here. Trying to, you are in here. I know who you are. I have no interest. I don't like that. This character had left no impression on me. You don't like all the I want to do is fight characters. Yeah, I think some of them are alright. I think they have their place. You know. Everyone's got their place. I don't think there's that many, right? There's her and like Zenos. I don't know, I think she's fun. Her on the other hand, I remember nothing about her. Other than she's Ian's friend. Don't remember her name. I remember that she exists, so that's something. So I guess I probably shouldn't put in who in general. It's fair. I think, you know, if you've got a good variety of characters though. They have their place, you know, they can spice up the dynamic a little bit. They've got that fun thing where they can piss other people off and get them sort of feisty. I think they get through other characters' development. And just making things a little fun. Ooh, thank you, Pico. I salute you, sir. Yeah, she can stay there. This, I think, is from Palace of the Dead. So the problem with this is, if it's who I think it is, you meet her very early on in A Realm Reborn. And then my understanding is there's some like hard dungeon quest with her. Problem is, I haven't done any of the hard dungeons. So, yeah. This kind of happened to me. She showed up and I was like, I don't know who you are. I fought her. And then went to do the quest after it. And I was like, oh, I think I know who you are now. Alright, well that would have been very impactful had I known prior to fighting you. So, I don't know, I don't really know anything about her. So she kind of goes anew. Though I will say her being a mage paired with that mentality. True, although she does, didn't she spawn like fucking hammers or something? She spawns those big like columns and shit, doesn't she? She's very fun. Yeah. Alright, I think this is Biggs. I forget which one's Biggs and which one's Wedge. But Biggs is good. Biggs is fun. He's a bit Irish. Everyone loves a bit of Irish in their life. And Biggs brings the Irish, which is good. And not necessarily bad. Biggs is the big one. Good. I'm glad, because that would have just complicated things. Well, too much. Yeah. I don't have much to say about Biggs. He's a good boy. He's a good egg. He shows up when he's needed. He doesn't overstay his welcome. He's there for Shadowbringers for like one little bit of voiceover. You know, and then he goes. And it's very nice of him. He's mostly in the trials, the raid stuff, really. Assume this is La Habrea. I assume. The Assassins all kind of look the same when they're robed up. I don't know if this is controversial or not, but go over there, you. Kinda meh. Keybinds will not be deleted, thank you. Nice! It's good to know. I thought it'd be a bit weird if they did. I'm glad they're not too, because I spent a long time setting up both mouse and keyboard keybinds and controller keybinds, so I'd be very sad. I wouldn't look forward to redoing that. But yeah, La Habrea doesn't leave much of an impact on me. Compared to sort of what Elidibus and MXL get, he's kind of just mustache twirly bad guy for his time in the game, and then he goes out like a wimp. This is pre-Endwalker, of course, and pre-6.1. Oh, it's supposed to be 6.05. He shows up. Whatever. It's pre-whatever comes, but for now, kinda meh. Oh, Gosetsu. Easy. Oh, I haven't mentioned that for the best of the best, I am only allowing myself 3. Otherwise, I'll be cheeky and put a lot up there. So only 3 get to go up there. Those are my rules that I've imposed on myself for reasons unknown. But yeah, Gosetsu is awesome. The one issue I have with Gosetsu is they tease this sort of... He has this like dark past where he sort of worked for the Empire. They sort of tease that in Stormblood, and I feel like they never actually do anything with it. I feel like it just never comes up again and they forget it happened. Which, I feel like this is a bad idea. I know 2 of the top tier for myself instantly. I'm being honest, I know the 3. I know which 3 I'm picking. Yeah. I think anyway. But yeah, that's the only issue I have with Gosetsu. They set up that stuff with him and then never really go anywhere with it. Unless it's in side quest stuff I've not done. I would have liked more exploration of that. Because it sounds like it would have been really interesting. It's sort of a nice aside to his more humorous character. So I'm assuming this is supposed to be Gaius. The only issue is Gaius is also here. So I'm not entirely sure, but it looks like Gaius. So we'll go with So you see, I have a category down here that is clearly specified for someone, very specific. However, that someone is not on this list, but there are two Gaiuses. So one Gaius is just gonna have to fill that role. That's how we're gonna have to do this. So this one can be Gaius. Gaius goes... I like Gaius. No, Gaius, no. Don't get ahead of yourself, sir. I like Gaius. He's fun. Even when he's like villaining, you kind of get the impression that there's something... You know, he's got some decent motivation to it. Although I don't think it's expressed very well in the game at that point. I think from what little I've seen of like 1.0, I think he was like a big part of that too. And that's sort of built up more there. But yeah, after doing that, wet my whistle. After doing that trial series with him, he's grown on me a bunch. In fact, I'm gonna put him there, I think. That was a very emotional trial series. And I really enjoyed his character there, and I hope we get to see him in the Endwalker MSQ. Ah, Alpha. Alpha. Sweet, sweet Alpha. Alpha's adorable, Alpha's strong, Alpha is powerful, and Alpha is God. Well, no, not godly enough to be that. But he's close. He gets close. Alas, he is tied only to one raid series, so... You know... You get what you give. One of the twins I don't really care for. It's Alpha now. Like, I want to say it's Alice because you said you don't like characters that like fighting. But you seem like someone that would like Alice. Am I correct, sir? No! Ooh. So it's Alice you don't like. Interesting. What did Alice do to you? How dare you? How dare you, sir? Love Alice. Matt. Easy peasy. A vibe. Alright, well, I guess she's not for everyone. I love Alice though. She's awesome. Yep. No questions. Very close to there, but not quite making it. I don't think I really need to explain why. It's very, I don't know, it's very easy to get enthralled by him. He's so enjoyable when he's being a piece of shit. And then he's so... Well, he's not sweet, is he? I want to say he's sweet, but he's not sweet. He's still a piece of shit. But I like him so much, so very much. And so the implication that he's our buddy. I love it. Andy, you can't be here, sir. Spoilers. Spoilers, sir. No. Big no. I do not wish to spoil you. Should I put spoilers in the title? I'm getting people I don't want to be spoiling. Spoilers. Spoilers! That's what I mean. I'm gonna be talking about people you've not met yet. Does anyone know when job story portion will be available for Endwalker? I do not know. If you mean the one that levels you up. I don't know. I assume it's early on, but I don't know. Sorry. Well, be at your own risk, Andy. You have been warned. Be happy to have you, though. Just to piss despair off. I love Alice. I have a... So... In fact... Here's the thing. I don't... Hello, Leia. I don't actually know how to pick between the two of them. Because you spend, like, I feel like you spent more time with Alpha now. But Alice makes a very big impact, like, very early on. And she's got sort of that, protege vibe to her, right? She feels a bit like your protege. You know what, I think this is it. This is how I put it. Alice, Alpha now. Sorry, despair. So sorry. Hardbart. Count those as one. No! 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 I shall not. Never. They're very different people. Nothing will spoil me because at the end of the day... Oh, you've already seen it all. Alright. Never mind then. Well, you're welcome to stay then, sir. I'm happy to have you. They come from the same egg. I don't want to think about it like that. No. They're very different people. They're staying different. How dare you? How dare you? Adbert. Adbert goes there. We're getting a lot of the... This has been very top heavy so far, aren't we? Getting a lot of the good guys out of the way first. I love Adbert. I love his little introduction. I love how he grows. I love the reveal around him. He's a sweetie. He's a big sweetie boy. And he is here. Pico, this is also spoilers for you, sir. No. No, Pico. Don't look. How much longer we gotta wait? Oh, it's 9 AM, so like 13 hours, I think. But 6 o'clock, so... Okay. It's 6 PM for me now. It goes live at 9 PM. At 9 AM, sorry. That many hours. You do the math. In 3 hours, that'll be 12 hours. So it's 15 hours, I guess. I think they said the download's gonna be up like a few hours before. You go play Warframe then. Ooh, enjoy yourself. Despair was playing some Warframe actually. You liked that, didn't you? I think he enjoyed it. I played a little bit of it. It seems quite fun, I can just never get into it. It seems very, the systems always seem quite convoluted. Arenvold. 4 AM, craggy. I thought we got done dirty. Well, I thought we got done dirty with the download time. The actual release is quite nice for us, actually. I think we get the best on that one. With my whistle. I do need my voice. Right, Arenvold. Arenvold. Good. I like Arenvold. He's not been super present. He's not had a lot of time to shine. But when he's there, he's great. Well, he's great post Stormblood, I'd say. I don't think he really does much in Stormblood either, really. But yeah, I guess because I've watched someone go through 5.4 and 5.5 and 5.55 recently, I've sort of got a certain thing on my head when I'm thinking of him. Like a certain moment, so maybe that's sort of colouring how positively I'm looking towards him. Maybe I just feel bad. He does seem like a sweetie though. And the way he talks to Alphino, especially in that moment, in I think 5.55, is very sweet. Like his intention is to protect and look after Alphino. That's sort of his main focus, and I think that's rather adorable and says a lot about his character. Ah, Emmerich. Poor Alpha, getting knocked down. Emmerich, like the moment he shows up, he's got a fantastic voice. You just want to listen to you. He's another sweetie. He's in love with us, which is understandable. The love is reciprocated. He's amazing. He has a great character arc. It's a shame we don't see him more often, but it's understandable. Estinian. Where do I want to put you, sir? 'Tis a shame. I agree. Ooh, I did read that the role quests are gonna include the leaders though, this time around. So maybe he'll have time to shine there. Perhaps. That'd be fun. Get to see spend some quality time with Emmerich. Where do I put you, Estinian? I do love you. You hate Estinian, but he's hot. Oh, I like Estinian. And he's also hot. I think you go below Emmerich. He's growing on you. Give it time, sir, give it time. To be fair where you yeah, I was gonna say, he's only shown up like in Stormblood, right? He shows up with that the the cannon thing, and then pops the eye at the end. He's not really done much at that point. What a guy. What a guy. Yeah, Estinian. I like him. Emmerich's on top though, slightly. Pope. Up there? How you said that? It's for the people that ship them. I did it for them. I believe that's a thing. Yeah, Elf Pope. I thought he was going to be more important than he was. I thought he was going to have more story than he was. He kind of shows up in the patch stuff. Then you see him a little bit in the main story, but then he just pisses off. He's like, sods off. So it's like, alright. It's a lot of pointy ears. Oh, pointy parts. Well, you said it, not I. I thought you were referring to all the elves we've had so far, but I guess not. Guess you're referring to the other thing. Cheeky. Not because Estinian is a dragoon. I imagine that helps too, though, right? Okay. Let's not continue that one. Yeah, I thought he was gonna have more to him than he did. His whole thing, I guess, is he wants to wipe out the dragons to stop the war, is his vibe. Which is, I mean, it's understandable, I guess. He wants to stop the war and thinks that's the only way of doing it, but... I don't know. He never really gets his point across all that well, I don't think. I don't think he ever really gets the time to. You compare him to someone like Emmett, who does get that time. Then I think he kind of pales in comparison. Sid. 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 No, that. Gaius, always trying to get ahead. Daddy. You say so, sir. Sid's pretty good. He's always there. Well, he's never there, let's be honest. But he's there when he's needed. Couldn't resist. I feel like he has a lot of voice changes in English, doesn't he? So it's hard to get sort of a... Well, no, I feel like I've got a handle on it. He's good. I feel like he gets left out of the main story quite a lot though, right? His stuff's sort of sidelined into the raids, and then in Shadowbringers it's the trials. So I don't feel like he gets enough time to shine. His voice is more spry than you thought. I don't know. I think he looks quite young. He's not very, like, the old people in this game look like this guy. They're all, like, wrinkly and shit. Where his skin's really pretty smooth. He's just, you know, his hair's white. I don't assume he's that old. I think his voice suits him. Yeah. But yeah, I like Sid. Sid's good. He's a good guy. He does good stuff. He's very helpful. But he's not around a lot. They sort of, I guess he's never become an official member of the Scions. And then Tataru even gets like her own airship. So he sort of loses that element too. So I don't know, maybe they felt like they used him a little too much in the first two and stepped back with him a little bit after that. Because I think he shows up like right at the start of Stormblood. Tataru's a hoe. Tataru's great, how dare you? Y'shtola. It's implied, is it? Where's that implied? I maybe willfully missed that. Yeah. Y'shtola's Y'shtola. I don't think that needs to be explained. She's fantastic. She's fun, she's sassy. She's intelligent. She kicks buttocks, and she puts people in their place. Love Y'shtola. She's not Emmerich though, so she goes behind Emmerich, but she's fantastic. And the top of this is definitely going to be a sausage party, I'm sorry. She crushes mad people. Oh. What are you getting at there, sir? What's the implication there? Julia. Ooh, Julia. I do love Julia. Whereabouts on here do you go though, Julia? Julia is mummy. She's the mother. She looks after us all. She takes care of Alphino. What more could you want in a person? She's adorable. Her husband's not on this list for some reason. Even though I feel like he gets more development. But she's the heart. She's the heart of Yulmore. Hopefully going forward she'll be the heart of Yulmore. Love Julia. Went to a sausage festival once. I don't want to know, sir. I don't want to know. That's between you and the festival. A littlebus. Ooh. It's good, many recipes. Was it like a German thing? We have like a German festival in Leeds. It's not too far from here. There are a lot of sausages there. It's also a bit of a festival. Kind of, yeah. See? Germans love their sausages. So, Elidibus, he's very... Oh, it's hard to... I'm not going to explain why I'm putting him where I'm putting him. But you... yeah, for reasons. You like sausage, you have 8 types in your house. Well, you know, whatever makes you happy, buddy. Explain, spoilers, that's why I'm not doing it. Spoilers for you. I didn't expect Elidibus to make me as emotional as he did. That's my reason. That's as far as I'm going with it. Easy number one. Easy number one. Again, I can't explain why he's a number one, Despair, because spoilers for you. But easy number one. Amazing, love, favorite, best boy. Adorable. Easy. 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 Love you. Love you, Exarch. Fail. Asahi. That's his fucking name. Asahi. I do remember it. She goes up with Asahi. From where I was. Yeah, this would be similar. Good to know. You're already loving the Exarch then. Good taste. Good taste. Faye. She's fun. She's very fun. She's got a cool accent. I love the accent. It's always nice when they switch up with the accents a little bit. They're not all English. As nice as it is to hear the English accent. As nice as it is to hear authentic English accents. And not the fake ones. Like they are in A Realm Reborn. It's also nice when they switch it up and have a little Irish, and a little Scottish, and whatever else they fancy banging in there. Spice it up. But she's fun. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about her. She doesn't really do much. I was very disappointed we didn't get her as a minion. Like, Midgar Soma style. Where is Midgar Soma on here? And Racevelker? Was it supposed to be a mystery? What, Elidibus? Oh, the Exarch. Well, I think it is, like, pretty obvious, yeah, but... but, yeah, I think it's technically supposed to be a mystery. I think? I don't know. I didn't play it at launch, so I don't know. I played it when they were like, if you want to do this, you're going to have to play a certain bit of content, so it made it kind of obvious who it was. But I guess maybe it was obvious already. I suppose it was, really, wasn't it? Alright, whatever. I love him. That's all that matters. Problem is, because I know who he is, I haven't figured out what that means. True. Well, you got that to look forward to, don't you? The last thing I shall say on that, sir. Fodula. I don't think I like Fodula as much as most people do. Or at least as much as most people seem to. I'm not sure how I feel about her getting redeemed. Well, she's not redeemed yet, I guess, but she seems like she's on that path. Hello, Epic Skills. How you doing, buddy? Like, I didn't like her in Stormblood, but I did like her in the patch stuff. I think I put it there. Yeah. I think that works for me. Fucking Godbert. I'm a manageable man. He was fun. He was a lot of fun to do. I'm so looking forward to more Hildebrand stuff, just so I can do those stupid voices again. Pretty good. Good to hear, sir. You're looking forward to tomorrow. Are they hype? Where would I put you though, Godbert? Yeah. I like the little bit we get with him in the MSQ. I think that gives him a nice little... Because prior to that, what I'd seen of him at least, I don't know if he's in any other side stuff, but I'd just seen him in the Hildebrand stuff, where obviously he's rather aloof, and he's got the whole jokey vibes going with him. But they sort of bring him down a little bit in the MSQ, like big down more, down to earth a little bit more. So I quite like that. I quite like what they did with him. So yeah, I think this works. I think I'd put him around about here. He's fun. He's very fun to voice. Pretty high for the queue times. Yeah. I don't know what they're going to be like. I think my understanding is the European servers aren't quite as chock full as the other ones. Like, I don't think we've been having quite as much of an influx, although it has still been there. So I don't know how bad it's going to be, but we'll see. I don't remember the last time I've been in like a proper logging queue. That'd be interesting. Fuck knows what I'm gonna do. Hoshafon. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, to be honest. You never have. I think the last time I was in a queue was Mr. Pandaria, maybe? Did that have queues? I don't know if that had queues then. If not, then it's probably the Old Republic release. I don't think I've ever had bad luck with them though. I don't think I've ever been in one really long. I'm more worried about getting in and then disconnecting, to be honest. And then I'm into queue again. That's my main concern. Hoshafon. I'll put him there. People really love Hoshafon, and I get why. But I also didn't vibe with him as much as I feel like everyone else did. I think post having played the game and seeing everyone's reaction to him, he sort of warmed on me more, less because of him and more because of everyone else's reaction to him. I don't know why. But his conclusion is very sad. And the writing in that is fantastic. And it's very beautiful. So I'm putting him there. He's in the best category still. He cried. Oh, buddy. There, despair. There, sir. But yeah. I also love when they bring him back for the one, post the one trial, when he helps you pull the eyes out with your sail. That was really sweet. You went to the store to get comfort food? Crikey. I've stocked up on snacks and shit for tomorrow. That's about as far as I've gone on that front. Ian. Ooh, I do like Ian. He's definitely up here somewhere, But where? Where is the question? No, maybe here. Maybe here. Yeah, Ian's great. He's fun. He's a good boy. He's a good egg. He does have some questionable things that he does, though. There's the whole thing with Yotsuyu's, like, master, where he's like, well, we'll just move him somewhere else. He's like, he's a bit of a piece of shit, though, isn't he? Like, I'm sure you could forgo one soldier and shove him in the fucking brig or something for being a fucking piece of shit. But beyond that, I quite like Ian. He's fun, he's a good boy. I don't know, he's got cool music, which I'm aware that it's from another Final Fantasy game, but I've not played it, so to me it's from this game. So, I like it. It's very nice. I always want to call him a himbo, but he's not, because he's intelligent. But he feels like a himbo. That feels accurate, yeah. I don't think I can argue with that. That's an accurate statement. You wish we got more of him. Yeah, he does kind of... He's there for like half-ish of Stormblood, right? And then... isn't quite the MSQ, the patch content after that quite a bit. And obviously he's not in Shadowbringers for, like, obvious reasons. Of course, where else were? So maybe an Endwalker. He was in the benchmark thingy. Hilda. Speaking of a character I'd like more of. Because... I really want to like Hilda. But she didn't really do much. She shows up, she's got a really nice accent, which is very fun. She's a badass. But then she kind of like just fades in the background. She showed, like, I think the last time she really did anything was that last Heaven's Ward patch where she comes and picks you up, right? I feel like they could do more with her. I think I did like the last Machinist quest and she was in that, so maybe she's in that quest line more. In which case, I haven't done it, so... You can go ahead of the Pope. Wish for more of her too, yeah. She's fun. When she's there, she's fun. When she gets stuff to do. She's, I feel like she's different to everyone else. Like, she's a character that brings something different to everything that none of the other main characters do. Which is, when you've got so many of them, I feel like that's quite a unique thing to have. So she's got a lot of potential. And, like, whatever they do, even if they have, like, a time skipper or something at the end of this, she's pretty young, so they could always bring her back. Oh, this... like an Elderbrand. Agent of Inquiry. Inspector Extraordinaire. Oh, Hildebrand. Sweet, 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 sweet Hildebrand. Where do I put you? I don't even know what to do with him. Because he's so different to everyone else. Like, he feels like he's from an entirely different game. I don't know how to compare him to everyone. I feel like he should have had it. He should have been the one that had his own category. Gotta be up here somewhere, hasn't he? He's too iconic not to put up there. Sorry, Archivon. Yeah, he can go there. He's a fun boy. He's a fun boy. Where's Nash on here, actually? Well, Yotsuyu, ooh. God, I'm gonna have so many people in this category. It's gonna be very imbalanced. Yotsuyu. She's going pretty high. What was that? Blasphemy? What'd I do wrong? What do you disagree with? Do you not like Hildebrand? Oh, he's too fun not to have in the best category. I feel like these two belong together. Tragic. It's the only word for it. tragic, tragedy. I guess there's two words for it, but they're basically the same word. Love her. She's great when she's bad. She's great when she's good. She's intimidating. And she'll make you cry your eyes out. She'll sue you. Not in front of Best Boy. Not in front of his... Oh, Hildebrand in front of... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's happened. We're here. That's just how it's gotta be. I'm sorry. She's welcome to make you cry. Alright, calm your ass. Canny Senna. She's not done anything since Heaven's Ward. With the Mughals, right? Like, I don't dislike her. She's alright. But I feel like there's, like... So she's the character she's supposed to be, right? She's the present she's supposed to be. There's just... person she's supposed to be doesn't have that much dimension to it. So... yeah, I like her. I just... don't love her. I don't know. She's nice. I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to her. I like her new voice. Her previous voice was interesting. Although I think it might be the same one and she just got better or something, I think I read. Either way, sounds way better now. She's got a very soothing voice. The voice is perfect for who she is. Like, it's very somber. But yeah, I feel like she's just not got much to her. Which is how I think she's supposed to be. She's supposed to be very one note, and it works for her, and she sort of works within the group of the leaders. You know, she has her own sort of position in there that works. But she doesn't leave much of an impact on me other than she's alright, she's nice. That's sort of what I think about. Alright, Kryl is queen of characters who need more attention. She just like disappears every expansion. They brought her in, they made her a scion, and then they're like, you're not important enough to come to the first. Like, what? She's one of us. I feel so bad for Kryl. She's great too, she's sweet, she's adorable. She's super smart. She's so helpful. Whenever we need help, she's always there to help us. And she puts up with being tossed to the side like it didn't even happen. And her and Tataru hold the Rising Stones so well together. I feel very bad for her. I hope she gets more screen time in Endwalker, which it seems like she might. I don't know where I put her though. Honestly, because she's not shown up much and not got to do much yet, I think she has to go here. Like, I want to put her here, but I don't think I can. Taru wouldn't like that. Well, she's just gonna have to suck it up, isn't she? And deal with it. Lolorito. What a little shit. What a little shit. I do enjoy him though. It's very fun. Yeah, you know what? Gonna do that. Thinking about it. He's such a piece of shit, but he does it so well. That he's going up. Punk ass. Punk ass. Yep. I think I went too far with that. No, God back, get back. There we go. About that, I'd say. He is a punk ass, but he does it so well. His schemes are annoying. He's annoying, but he executes it so well. And then he gets to be good. Louis Soir. Who? I saw him in a raid. I know he's helping Alice's granddad, but he does a little narration at the start. Good for him. Alright, maybe not that bad. But I'm like, because I didn't play 1.0, I feel like I'm missing a lot with him. Like, he's pretty badass in the cinematic, but, you know, I feel like he's sort of a passing the torch on kind of guy, right? He's sort of passing the torch on from 1.0 to 2.0 kind of vibes. You know, he's giving that sort of role to Alphino, and I guess Alize to a certain extent. So I don't really have much attachment. I am on his server. I am on Louis Soir, so maybe he should get points for that. But I don't know, I don't have much attachment to him. I'm here for him showing up again. And, you know, making a case for himself. But I don't know. He can go above Canny Senna. I imagine that's rather controversial. Considering both his torches are your top. What do you mean? My top? I do not follow you, sir. Ooh, Lena. I love Lena. Again, I feel like she kind of gets sidelined a little bit. Oh, are my top characters? Yeah. Yeah, he passed the torch on to fantastic people who got great character development. But he himself isn't around in this one for very long. And in the content that he is around for, I haven't done. So, like, I've only had that one raid with him. I don't have that connection to him that I feel like I otherwise would have. Whereas these two, I've gone through, like, 3 expansions with. So I had that connection with them. It's cheating a little bit, you know. They're cheating. Lena, I love Lena. She's awesome. I wish she'd have been around a little more too. Although I'm not sure that. Well, I feel like in 5.1 and 5.2 there would have been room for her. Like, I feel like they could have done something with her in there. Maybe. Yeah, I think that's a good place for Lena. She's fun. I love when she's around. I think it'd be great if you know, the two worlds sort of connect somehow, and people can pass through easily. And she's the ambassador for the first. That would be cool. I think saying that the twins get great character development is true, but unfair as they have to get development when compared to other characters. I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I don't know that I agree. I think there's something to be said. Like, all the characters get development. Like, Thancred goes from being someone that's not particularly involved. He's sort of one note, really, in A Realm Reborn. Ladies. I like ladies. That's Thancred in A Realm Reborn. Although they do the La Habrea possession thing with him, I guess. Whatever. I have a point. My point stands. Like, I love them, alright? They stay where they are. And he's staying where he is. It's happening. Ooh, definitely a bear. Matoya. She's great. The greatest thing about Matoya is her voice actor changed and you can't even tell. Sounds the exact same. How they managed that is beyond me. Fantastic casting. Where do I put you though? I don't know if I want to put her up there. About here. Yeah, she's fun. Again, she's older Y'shtola, really, isn't she? Everything I said about Y'shtola, double it, and you got Matoya. Of course, she's lower than Y'shtola, because when you double that, you know, sometimes it lowers the value a little bit. She's fantastic. I love her. Oh, Edmond. Edmond goes with Matoya. And frankly, I think Edmund should go with Matoya. I do worry for Sweet Edmund. I feel like he's a very easy character to sort of give an end to and it be very emotional. Because he's like the grandpapa. Or the papa. Mine's more like the grandpapa. His scenes in Heaven's Ward when things happen. I'd love to see these two on screen together. I feel like it'd be really awkward, but it'd be great. I don't even know which way to put them. Just pretend they're together. 1 second. Is it this? There. My music stopped. I need that. Yes. There we go. Right. This is weird what's happening. What is this music? What have I chosen? Is it just an intro thing? Oh, it's just an intro thing, alright. We're good. We're good. Everything is good. Wait. Oh, that's spoilers for later. Alright, Millweb. Millweb. I like Millweb. I know some people don't like the voice change, but I quite like both voices she has. Although finding out who her new actress is has kind of taken me out of it a little bit. Now I know who she is. She was in an episode of Doctor Who, and she left quite the impression. So I kind of just see her. I see like a shot of her from that episode every time I hear her voice now. So that's kind of ruined it for me. Although, yeah, the original passed away, right? But yeah, I like Millweb. She's fun. She also has quite a steep character development, I guess. She was murdered. Crikey. I feel like I've heard that and just forgotten about it. You don't like pirates? I don't like doing the voices for the pirates. Writing's so annoying. The dialogue on them, a little annoying. But I like Millweb. She has had a lot of character growth, you know. Although, you haven't gone that far into it, so... Where do I put you, Millweb? I think of the leaders. Well, you're definitely above Canny Senna. Is this music too loud? I can't tell. Oh, there. I like her. I think she's fun. Her second in command. I also quite like him too, he's cool. Okay, it's fine. Good. I would agree the rest of the limbs are people that show up there. They are very... I guess she does do a lot of... This is the ship, and the country's the ship, and you do this, and you will walk the plank. She does do a lot of that, I suppose, but I quite enjoy it. I don't know, it's fun. Minfilia. I don't hate her, but I don't like her either. It's like, I wonder if she's another character that I would like more if I'd played 1.0. Like, I don't... She exists, which is nice for her, but... I mean, she just tells you to go do stuff and then gets captured. I think she was done dirty though, because most, especially like for us, because most of the time we get with her is in A Realm Reborn. In A Realm Reborn, she has that absolutely awful voice. Like, it's really hard to take her seriously and see her as an authoritative figure that she's supposed to be. So the design is pretty bad too, yeah. I like the design from... Is it Stormblood that she... Oh, Heavensward? Heavensward onwards. I like what they updated design. I think that's quite nice. But yeah, the Realm Reborn design. Sorry, Minfilia. So is this supposed to be the actual character, or is it supposed to be Yoshi P? Who am I rating here? You know what? I'm not rating him. I can't do that. That just feels mean. Well, it doesn't feel mean, but it feels weird. It was weird to raise him with the characters. And I don't know does the actual character, the bard, have any actual story? He just gives you the trials, doesn't he? And sings poems at you. I guess technically, he should go, oh, where'd he go? I lost him. Where'd you go, buddy? Oh no. Oh, he's up here. Yeah, I was gonna, technically, he should be here, I guess. But I don't want to put him on the list. It feels like cheating. Like he gets a high rank because of who he is, you know? Because of who he's inspired by. So he's not going on it. Moonbreeder. Man, she's like there for like one patch and she leaves such a huge impression. Ooh, no, you go higher than that. I feel like that gets you like major points, right? I think she's fantastic. It's a shame we get so little time with her, but at the same time, the time we got with her was well spent. I'll put you there, I think, Moonbreeder. I think you're pretty great. You forgot about her. It was a long time ago. It's fair. Yugiri. Yugiri is a character that was introduced. God damn it. And I thought I was gonna love. Instead, Yugiri, I'm like, Yugiri's alright, she's pretty cool. But I don't love her. I don't know why. I feel like, you know what? She's not actually going out. I just drop it down now. There's that one point in Stormblood where you go to the steps or whatever, and you go and see Heian, and you go with her and Gosetsu and Lise, and you're like, all right, this is gonna be cool. You're gonna get to see her and Heian interact a bunch, and then they send her off, and I'm like, oh. That's disappointing. Like I want the version of Yugiri that's there, and we get to see actually interact with Gosetsu a bunch and Heian a bunch, because I feel like we didn't really get to see much of that. And then after that point, she's kind of just there in Heian's shadow. Like, she's got such a cool design. I love her voice. But I feel like she's super underutilized. So she doesn't get as high as I would like to put her. Honestly, I think even Fordola got more attention than she did. Like, she gets the screen time, but she doesn't get the development, I feel like. You tried hard to like her. Me too, buddy. She's Naruto filler instead of main arc. I don't know what that means. But I'm going to agree with you, because I assume you're correct. Nanamo. Love Nanamo. That bit in A Realm Reborn where you think Nanamo is no more. Oh. I think she's my favourite of the OG leaders, for sure. Oh, where do I put you? Where do you want to go, Nanamo? Ooh. Maybe here. I think here feels right. Yeah. She's great. Oh, a bit in like the first Stormblood patch with her and Railborn as well. Oh. Man, that stuff was beautiful. Nashu. Oh, Nashu. I'm from Wales for some reason. I had way too much fun doing the Nashu stuff. Nashu's a barrel of laughs. She's a lot of fun. She's likely to blow you the fuck up by accident. Or on purpose. Yeah. She's fun. She gets to go Godbutt here, I think. And she's got the best accent out there. Lise. Name a more complicated and difficult character to rate. So, Lise in A Realm Reborn isn't Lise, but is Lise. But doesn't really do much. Oh, did you not like Lise? Doesn't really do much in A Realm Reborn. But she's fun. You know, she's a fun element to have around. And a little rivalry with Papuleen is kind of fun. But it's something like you feel like they could have done more with. Like there was more to do there. Like her and Papuleen don't get to do anything until Stormblood. Well, she does. He does not. And then there's the reveal. I found the reveal to be very underwhelming. I was kind of like, why? Why? Okay, I guess. And then Stormblood happens. Like the first half of Stormblood, she's a bit annoying. But I feel like, personally, I feel like she grows. Like there's that scene where she's in the cell with Hia. Like there's parts of the Stormblood MSQ where I actually really like Lise. Like in the prison cell with Hia, and I like that conversation they have together. I like most of her interactions with Ian actually. And then in the patch stuff, like the patch stuff onwards, I actually really like Lise. So, yeah. Like I get where the dislike comes from. I think one thing I've sort of felt with the game is that like the reason I like Shadowbringers so much is because it felt like it was our story. I think a big part of it was that. And you know, you finally see the characters sort of come, you know, unite around you to help you and stuff at the end of that, and then it's like, you know, it feels very nice. But Stormblood's kind of Lisa's story. Only I feel like our role in that is very minimal. It's like the Zenos versus us thing. Whereas like Heaven's Ward is sort of split evenly between us and Alphino. And I think a lot of the reason she gets dislike is because she sort of takes up most of Stormblood, which I understand. I understand why people don't like that. But I don't know. I love her voice. She's very down to earth. She's like the most normal character in the game. She's very relatable. And I think she's quite sweet. So I'm putting her there. She's going there. Don't like her. Don't like where she came from. Don't like her being the center of Stormblood. Don't like Stormblood. Don't like the color red. Her development was pointless. She felt unnecessary. Well, we know how Despair feels. I agree with you, like, in Stormblood. But I like her in the patch stuff. I think they sort of cottoned on to people not really vibing with her. And sort of tilted a little bit with her in a better direction. So yeah, I like her. She might be on the tail end of the best, but she still is with the best. Papuleen. So, kind of like with Yugiri, Papuleen is a character I really want to like. He's fun. He's got sort of a fun vibe to him. He's he's sort of the counterpart to Lise. He's the straight one, right? The straight guy. To her more fun vibe, I guess, in A Realm Reborn. But Papuleen does nothing. I don't know if he does a lot in 1.0, but in this game he doesn't really do anything. Until he sacrifices himself, and then that's it. It's a very well done sacrifice, but I mean, it doesn't really go beyond that. So I want to like Papuleen more than I do like Papuleen. Like, I feel like something they do very well, actually, is they make you feel for characters in their last moment, even if you didn't feel for them before that. They're very good at that, and they definitely nailed that with Papuleen. I guess it doesn't help that he got that new voice, but he only got it for like one patch. It's like, I quite like it. Although I quite liked his old voice, to be honest, it was quite fun. It felt like he was fed to Lise. A little bit, yeah. It does feel like he got killed off for her her development. Definitely. Like, I don't think she could have quite gotten the push she got without him. Yeah, you're not wrong. But that doesn't reflect well on him still, right? It doesn't make him any better of a character himself. So I like Papuleen, but I wanted to like him more than I did. So Lucy has kind of been a benchmark. And I think I'd put him a little bit above. A little bit above. Oh, Pippin. Pippin is fantastic. He also doesn't really get to do much though. I don't think he's gotten quite as much time, like as many like big epic moments that I thought he would get. Right? Like especially in Stormblood, it felt like we were gonna get a lot of him and Rauban doing like cool shit together. But I don't feel like they get that much time together really. The time they do get together is great. I love when he shows up at the end of A Realm Reborn. I love his introduction. But I kind of got the feeling that he's going to be a bigger part of the story going forward. Then, and he's not really been apart from a little bit in Stormblood. But I do love him, and I love his voice. Ooh, he's a Kryl. He's a Kryl. He's got very Kryl vibes. You like him more than you feel he should. Yes. Yes, I agree. Ranjit. And you have to wonder if Ranjit, if they made the Jeet sound like sheet for a reason, right? Papuleen. I think he's alright. I don't think he's terrible. But I don't know. I never really vibe with him as much as I feel like I'm going to. Like I feel like Vorfrey and Emmett Selk were the villains that sort of got the bigger chunk of the love for a reason, you know? It's kind of just he's the second in command, and he definitely feels like a number 2. Rauban has to go with Nanamo. Yeah. Again, those scenes that are two out together make them. The bit in Stormblood where she's like run into him and it's like, oh no. Adorable. I love that he's this big tough guy, but he's like the softest centered person. He's fine, I guess. I like Rauban. Rauban's great. And he's Yorkshire. He's a Yorkshire boy, which is an instant win. Because everybody loves a Yorkshire boy. Right? Right? You ever, yeah? As a Yorkshire boy, I do assume that everyone loves Yorkshire boys. I don't know who this is. I think it's Roanna. I think is who she is. I feel like there's a big meme thing around Roanna. Like, I feel like there's a thing. Like, she's a thing, and everyone knows who she is. I don't know who she is. I know she's in The Rising in, like, Madonna. Like, I know she's an NPC there. And she's a bit money grubby. But I don't know what the deal with her is. I don't know why I'm supposed to like her. So yeah, she goes with these two. And unlike this one, I'm gonna put her, because this character, I think I probably should like. Like, I should know who they are and I should like them. I just don't know who they are. I'm not certain. These two, I think I know who they are. Like, I know who she is, I just don't care. I don't know. She goes there. Reen. Alright, Reen. Well, she's definitely going above this tier. No, Reen's great. I do like her. Isn't she the boss from the last Shadowbringers raid, Alpha or Omega? This person, I think that she's from Palace of the Dead. I think. But I could be wrong. I'm not sure. That was my assumption, that she's like the boss from floor 50. But I'm not sure, to be honest. In fact, I think I'm wrong. I haven't got a clue. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know who she is. I definitely don't think it's Alpha or Omega. It's not Shadowbringers, I don't think either. I'm not sure. She's in the Who category for a reason. She's the most appropriate one in that category. I don't know where to put Reen. There, maybe. She seems to be a vehicle for Thancred development. I don't know if I agree. I mean, she's definitely there to help Thancred with his development. Like, that's definitely a purpose she fills. But I feel like she definitely has her own development. Even like at the point you're at, like, she has no sort of confidence in herself, right? It's constantly her trying to feel like she's worthwhile, like she's worth something. That's her story, that's her development, is getting past that. So I'm not sure I agree. Well, not 100%. She definitely does fill that purpose. But I think she has her own purpose too. But obviously you've got further in the story to get as well. But even at like that point, I feel like she's her own character. But yeah, there is further to go for you, sir. All I'm saying is pride crystals. I mean, I have no attachment and insecurities. Don't. I think that's understandable. I kind of relate though. I can relate to how she feels. So it's like, I guess on that vibe. Okay, so this isn't Gaius because this is Gaius. This is somebody else who did not show up on this list, but they got their own category, so they need to be placed somewhere. This is Ilbert. He's a son of a bitch. I hate him. I hate everything he stands for, and he can go die. Oh, he did. Slop there. You fuck off. Yep. She is Omega. Oh. Okay. So this is Omega. I guess that makes sense since they've got Alpha. Thank you, Epic. I'm gonna leave them there though. I didn't notice, so they're where they belong. Soroban. I'm confused as to why Soroban's here, but Ilbert's not. I feel like Ilbert had a much bigger impact, but then Race Valgar isn't here, and never is Midgar Soma, so Soroban. Soroban's alright. He's a good egg, but he's a bit meh. He's a bit meh. Best boy, sorry. He's a bit meh. We haven't seen him since Stormblood, and I don't regret that we haven't seen him since Stormblood. Sorry. He's where he belongs. I'm tempted to put Tataru here just to piss you off, but I like Tataru. I like Tataru a bunch. She's adorable. She's the heart of the Scions, which is important. Something we need. She's also cutthroat and ruthless, which we also need, because no one else fucking is. Where do you go, Tataru? Where do I put you? I feel like it's a companion piece with Julia. Yeah, above Julia. What am I doing? What am I doing? You belong up here. Yeah. I'm being very generous there, am I? Thancred. The Office of the Silence. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what that means. I don't know what you mean. Thancred. Where do I put you, Thancred? Like I said, Thancred's gone through a lot. He was quite one note in A Realm Reborn. Even with what happens with La Habrea, you don't really see him respond much to that until like later on, I feel. But by the time Shadowbringers gets around, I think it's fantastic. His conclusion with Reen is very beautiful. That little moment at the end where he tells her stuff. Yep. Try and be as spoiler free as possible. Tells her stuff. He's a big sweetie. He doesn't want you to know he's a big sweetie, but he's a big sweetie, and that means a lot. But I don't know where to put him. I guess he should go with Y'shtola. I feel like those two are like a pair. They're not a pair, but they feel like a pair, and they sort of... I love their little vibes together in Shadowbringers, where they've sort of got a little tension going on, a little not rivalry, but you know, there's shit going on between them. It feels a lot more real. You know, it builds for like a real relationship kind of vibes, real friendship. They feel like proper friends, and I love that. Yeah, I think Thancred belongs there. She was kind of rude out of the blue. She was very rude. But I feel like that's super in character for Y'shtola. Nero. Let's let him smooch with Sid a little bit. Oh, I can't. Sid's in a place where they just can't smooch. Forever apart. His voice actor's a piece of shit. But that shouldn't reflect poorly on him. Don't know about Nero. He's fun when he's around. I think not having him around a lot is a good thing. I think he's someone where having him around would feel like too much, you know, too much of him wouldn't feel great, but in small doses he's a lot of fun. He's kind of an ass. Nero, he is kind of an ass. Yeah. Very different kind of ass to his actor though. About here, I think that's where I'd put Nero. Yeah, I like Nero. He's fun. Urianger. So Urianger is a character that doesn't get to do anything, and then he does, and then he doesn't get to do anything for a long time again, and then he finally gets to be part of the crew in Shadowbringers. And it's so great to have him on board. He's so much fun. Watching everyone take the piss out of him is more fun than it probably should be. But he's great. Pre-Shadowbringers meh. Yeah. He's good in his little arc in Heavensward. I do enjoy that. Especially that bit where he's monologuing. You know, and you're looking at the stars and he's looking at the stars, and I really like that scene. But yeah, like, he doesn't really do anything outside of that until Shadowbringers. But we are at Shadowbringers now, so... where do I put you, sir? There. I like Orange. Varys? Varys, I think this guy is. I know him as the Emperor, but I think he's a Varys. He's interesting. I like that things with him aren't so black and white. But he's also a huge, horrible fascist. So, he's a bit of a Nazi. He's a little bit of a Nazi. We can't pretend that he's not. Can't forget that part. I don't know. I feel like up until that meeting with all the leaders, he doesn't really leave much of an impression on me. Like, they sort of make this big deal out of, ooh, he's the new emperor, this is bad. But you don't really feel it. Like, there's that little moment in Heaven's Ward with the Vanu, where he just shoots the shit out of them. Which is mean. It's pretty mean. What the Vanu gonna do to anyone? I don't know. But the scene around the table is fantastic. And a lot of that is predicated on sort of his part in that. He's not as good as his son. He's not as good as his grandson. His granddad, sorry. But he's alright. I guess. Oh, I don't know. This is a struggle. I don't know where to put him. Okay, Lucina's the benchmark. Do I like him more or less than Lucina? I like him less. I do like him less than Lucina. I keep calling her that. I'm not sure that's her actual name. I've forgotten. I should just call her Lena. Put him there. He goes there. That made my mind up. For free. What a fucking creep. What a creepy boy. And mayhaps a handsome boy. Maybe. At one point. Delete his picture off the list from his chin at the infinite fathoms line. He's got some really creepy shit. In a way, though, his story is actually quite sad. Like, it's not really his fault he turned out the way he did. It's his piece of shit dad's fault. So... Hello, Kanji. How are you? I'm okay, thank you. How is life treating you? Where do I put you for free, buddy? I'm gonna put creepy boy there. Yeah. Feels right. Telegy Adelegy. Good. Work currently? Sure. I'm like, what's coming up on Endwalker? What specifically do you want to know? There's a lot coming. People who don't do better than the way they were treated lose sympathy after a certain point. Yeah? What specifically do you want to know about Endwalker? Well, I'll see if I can answer. Yeah. Telegy. Well, he's a bigger little shit than Lolorito, so he's going below him. It's fun to see him get what he deserves. I'll say that much. No, go back there. There we go, I'd say that. Wedge. And not Biggs. I like you more than Biggs. 1 second. Okay. So, because I quit and I am back around 2 weeks ago since 2 years break all one. Okay. I'm following. I like you more, but not a lot more. About that. No, go where you belong. There we go. Endwalker is the end. No. Endwalker is the end of the current main story. The next patch onwards is like the start of a new story, is the idea. So like a lot of the characters will probably like get endings to their story, I think is what we're expecting. But we don't know for certain how that's going to work out or what. But like they'll have roles going forward, maybe. But there won't be main characters as such. Like there's going to be a shake-up with the story, basically. It's the end of one journey and the beginning of another, I think, is the idea. So there's going to be more. It's just going to be different. Yeah. The patch notes are out, but they're humongous. I don't envy anyone reading through them all. There's probably like I would imagine someone's done like a YouTube video going through like the important stuff for their patch notes. I don't think you need to read them all yourself. Unless you want to. Maybe you enjoy reading them. But people usually do videos like that, right? Like Maloney or something. Maloney? It's probably done one, maybe. Then they'll probably just pick out the important stuff, because there's a lot of stuff about combat stuff in there. But if you want to know anything specific beyond that, I'd be happy to tell you anything I do know. But I don't know how much that would be. I've read some of the patch stuff. Have you read it all to spare? Are you caught up on all the patch notes? Yeah, no worries, buddy. Yezael. I like Yezael. Read a little. Yeah, I read a little too. I read through all the ones yesterday. But I barely looked at the ones from today. Am I an end content player? No, I'm still relatively... I've only been playing for like a year-ish. So, no. I'm still catching up on things from way back when. I don't feel like I'm fully caught up yet. I'm caught up on the MSQ, but I'm like thinking about getting into that stuff though, Endwalker-wise. But if you wanted to know about that stuff, I wish I could be the one to help you, but it's not my expertise. Oh wow, you played way longer than I have. Ooh, that'd be fun though. Nice end to the journey and beginning a new one. Yezael. She's fun. She's a good character. I like her little development with the Stinian. Oh, she has that fantastic, like, sacrifice as well, doesn't she? That's so well done. Mouse is gone. There, I think. He quit when Stormblood came out. Then quit when Shadowbringers. He came out, quit in the first week. Ooh. Came back to... Ooh, you got a lot to catch up on then. Have you caught up on the patch MSQ? Some good stuff in there. That does mean if you're into the endgame stuff though, there's a lot of that for you to catch up on, right? A lot of raids that there's still for you to do. MSQ's so long. Endwalker's supposed to be even longer, right? So you got that to look forward to. Oh, you skip it. Ooh. Yeah, there'll be like a lot of raid stuff I think you'll have to catch up on though. So you got that to look forward to. Oh, you just finished last night. Nice. It's a long one. It is. Have you done? So you've done all the patch stuff though. Because there's quite a lot of that too. If not, but if you have, then you'll be starting with the rest of us. That'll be fun. Either way, queue times to enjoy. Zenos, interesting. Just did MSQ and dungeons. Yeah, so there'll be there's the normal raids, Eden from Shadowbringers. Got those to do. They've got like Savage mode as well. And then there's the Alliance raids. There is the Trials. Yeah, there's the Extreme Trials. Oh, the Trial series. I quite enjoyed that actually. Although if you're not into the story, maybe you won't. I don't know. Yeah. That'll keep you busy. I think the first raid from Endwalker is out like 2 weeks from the 7th. I think it's out on the 21st, I believe. I think that's the thing. Hopefully. Oh, thank you for the follow, sir. I salute you. Yeah, I think that's when that's out. So you got that to look forward to doing. Yeah. Yeah. Zenos. Also, if you've not done like any of the other raids. Oh, you're mostly a Fortnite Valorant player. I've not played Valorant. I played Fortnite. I'm not very good at it though. But it's fun. When do you think the game will be up? It's up. So I'm in the UK. For us, it's up at 9 AM tomorrow. Which is like 14 hours from now, I think. Is there a countdown? I would imagine someone's put a countdown up somewhere. Oh, it's a whole day. Yeah, well, if the queue's not too long, you might be spending the whole day in the queue. But it's a different time for every time zone though. Like it goes live, everything goes live at the same time. So if you're not in the UK or Europe, then it's probably not 9 AM for you. I think it's like 4 AM or something in America, right? Despair, did you say? Yeah. I think Japan it's relatively different. I think it's like afternoon time in Japan or something. But yeah, 14 hours from now. It's 2:18 for you. It'll be about 4 PM for you then, I guess, I think. I would think. Which is still a chunky part of the day. Yeah, I think we look out a little bit with our timing, so we do get all the day. Hopefully the queue's not too bad for you, or hopefully you're getting a good place in it. Fingers crossed. Alright, Zenos. 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 I like Zenos. I think Zenos is fun. I'll put him down here, so I'd have to hold this bloody mouse button. Zenos is fun because he doesn't have a motive, right? Like, a lot of the villains in this game do have, like, very sad motives that are very, relatable. Zenos doesn't, and usually that's kind of something that I think is looked down upon a little bit, but I think when you've got so many villains that are relatable, I think it's important to have sort of characters that are just, like, dickheads for the sake of being dickheads. This is, like, pre-Endwalker, though, so maybe that'll change in Endwalker, I don't know. But for now, I love the rivalry. He's got like a bit of a, he's like, forgive the reference I'm choosing to make, but he's a bit of the Shadow of the Hedgehog to our Sonic. He's got that vibe to him, I think. I quite enjoy him on that front, so I like him. I'm looking forward to crossing blades with him again. And honestly, if we did somehow end up having to team up with him, I think that'd be fun. I think some people would hate it though, so I don't know. I don't know where to put him. Let's put him here, I think. This is the perfect time to watch a summarization of the entire FF14 story. I would agree with you. It's the perfect time. I don't know that I'm the guy to do it though. Ooh. Although I guess this has kind of been that. Though I'm at the end now. I've done it all. He now has a scythe, so that's cool. It's true. He does have a scythe. You too will have a scythe. As will I, eventually. Oh, despair, I got my, I got enough of the things to get the Palace of the Dead red weapon. Don't know what I'm doing there. So I think I'm gonna use them for the Reaper. Yeah. It'd be perfect with those animations, right? Yeah. I was proud of myself. I managed to solo the Flora 100. Which wasn't that hard. I thought it was gonna be harder than it was. I guess it's the other 100 floors that are the difficult ones. But yeah, actually, if you're still here, Glenji, the Palace of the Dead soloing thing's supposed to be like one of the more difficult things in the game to do. So if you've not done that before, and you want some difficult stuff to do, that could be fun for you. Your hand motion just then was short. Yeah, I noticed. I noticed while I was doing it. It stuck out. I noticed. I wish I didn't, but I did. We all have to live with that. Alright, so let's think about who we haven't done. Hraesvelgr isn't on here. And I do really like Hraesvelgr. I think Hraesvelgr I would put with the Yzael. I think their sort of stories went hand in hand. Their development went hand in hand, and their characters go hand in hand. And I put them on the same level. As to whether I put him before or after Yzael. I think after. No, I changed my mind before. Look, this one, he'd go here. Whatever that is. That's before or after? I don't know. But it goes there. The bit at the end with Nidhogg. When he comes around, like, yeah. Because I was thinking sort of Yzael's sacrifice, and that's why I was thinking she would go ahead. But he has sort of a similar moment where he's willing to do the same thing. He gives his eye over to you. I still don't really know what happened with that eye, though. Did we just sort of soak it up? Is that the vibe? We're eye enhanced now. I guess it would explain why we're so strong. Midgard. Ooh, I like this. Aymeric fucked up. Did he? When did he fuck up? Aymeric could never fuck up. Aymeric is, well, he's not best boy, but he's not far off. When did Aymeric fuck up? I don't remember that. Getting a little too into that. He was like just for, oh, the eyes. You're right. Yeah, we all fucked up though. We didn't go, wait a minute, buddy. This is a terrible idea. We just fucking threw them over the two. We went along with that shit. We and Alphino are responsible for that just as much as Aymeric. We're all big idiots. But I agree. That is the one and only occasion where Aymeric fucked up though. Right? He's a good boy. One of the best. You know? He's up there. Just not far enough. Alright. Where would I put Midgard if he existed on this list? Do I like him more or less than Hraesvelgr? I think I like him more. He's got that cool voice. He doesn't make us listen to dragon talk, which is really nice of him and respectful. We get him as a mount and a minion, and the minion is awesome and sits on your shoulder. So I put him here between Sadu and Zenos, I think. Had I the option, that's where he'd go. Is there anyone else that's missed off? There is someone. Have you seen the cinematic for Endwalker Despair? It's kind of underwhelming as a man. How dare you? He's a dragon with a thing on it. Right. Cinematic person that you've not met yet would go currently. Other bad guy. We'll call him other bad guy that isn't Zenos. Spoiler free as I can make it. Where would I put him? So this is the potential problem with Zenos. That now they have two of those villains who don't really have a major like motive other than chaos or wanting to fuck whilst fighting, right? Which having two of them at the same time could be a bit of an issue, I think. The trailer kind of indicates that that's not his thing, but I feel like he's manipulating people in that. I don't think that's actually what he's going for. I don't think he's actually had a change of heart. It's either that or he has a change of heart. I don't think he's been hiding his motive from us. But currently I don't. I like how flamboyant he is. I love his animations. Those are fun. But I don't find him super interesting. Welcome back, Kanji sir. Welcome back. I think I'd put him below Zenos for now. Honestly, he'd be around here, I think, if I had him to put anywhere. I was saying whilst you were gone actually, so if you're looking for hard content, there's the you can solo like Palace of the Dead. That's like one of the hardest things to do, I think, in the game. There's like a challenge, an achievement for doing it without dying once. So if you wanted something hard to do, that would be the one. There's so much you gotta do, yeah, I bet. Yeah, when you start to, power level. Shotgun blaze. Oh, yeah. Heaven on High. I've not done that one. I've not even finished Path of the Dead yet. I'm halfway through it. Yeah. Alright. Well. That's my tier list. I've tier listed. I have done it. I've achieved that, which is the list of tiers. This is where I would put the characters. I didn't put him on there because it feels like cheating. I feel like if your character's inspired by Yoshi P, and then you instantly get to go up there, and that's just cheating. So he stays off the list. Yeah, no worries, buddy. Yeah. I don't know if there's any other lists I would want to do. I can't really... Like, if I could do expansions, I guess I can tell you what I think about the expansions. Is there a thing for expansions? I would assume there is. I'm assuming I'm fine showing you this. I can't imagine there's anything wrong with that. I spelled expansion wrong, didn't I? No, well, that's what I mean. Oh, here we go. Expansion, I did spell it wrong. We'll pretend that didn't happen. Alright, I feel like this is going to be pretty obvious. Though, I'm not sure how... I assume it goes like that. I assume this is 1.0. Dun da 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 da. If anyone's watched Jesse Cox play through the game, then I assume one thing is going through your head right now. It's certainly going through mine. Alright, so I can't do this. I haven't done it. I'm just gonna go for other people saying put it there. I mean, this is easy. It's pretty easy, huh? This one I haven't done. This one I like. But it took me a while to get into it. I started playing this years ago. I went to Uldar. That was the city I started in. I walked around. Didn't have a fucking clue what was going on. Like, this is so complicated. And quit playing. Then I came back like a year later. I think whenever like the free trial got a little bit better, I came back and I started in Gradania. And I had a much easier time starting in Gridania. That place is a lot easier to understand. They don't just throw like this humongous city at you with people all around. And like there's only one spot where there's no stairs or anything. You have to worry about stairs. There's only one teleport between the two different areas. Like it's only a little segregated. It was so much easier to understand Gridania. That time around, I got to the point where you have to visit all the different cities. I went and bought like a mog of the transmog off the mog station, and then I stopped playing. At that point, and then eventually I came back and I did like the whole of A Realm Reborn. The ending is so epic, like everyone playing together. It's fantastic. Played A Realm Reborn 4 times. Crikey. But yeah, once I got into it. Then I went straight through the patch stuff. This was before like they added flying into it as well. So it took quite a while. But I soldiered on through that stuff. Then this sort of the end of the patch content in A Realm Reborn is where I kind of figured, sort of realized what people were saying about it, I think. Like I finally saw the potential in it. Like that end sequence is, I think it's still one of the most epic parts in the game, to be honest. It's so well done. It's like watching fucking Game of Thrones or something, but in a video game and being part of it. It's so cool, that end segment. That was the point where I was like sort of very sold on the game. Then we went into Heaven's Ward, which is this like huge introduction. You see this beautiful city with a fantastic cinematic. And then I think I sort of trailed off a bit, right? When you get to the Moogles, I kind of fell off a little bit and stopped playing for a little bit at that time, I think for like a few months, until I come back. And then everything blows up like with you right after that. Everything gets crazy again and all the reveals start happening. And I'm like, I chose the absolute worst time to stop playing. And then I just like went right on through to 5.3. Yeah, which was like the perfect place, I think, to sort of catch up. 5.3 is because it's like such a like little conclusion to everything. Like it feels like the end. It feels like everything's wrapped up in a nice little bow. I feel like I got such a good experience doing it that way. I feel very lucky. But yeah, Stormblood, I really like the stuff in Doma, like you, yeah. I love the stuff in Doma and just in Orphan altogether. I love that aesthetic. I know some people don't like what happens in like so much the story in Doma, like the Doma area with the big wall. But that big ass wall with like the blue laser gates, I love it. I love that area so much. I think it's my favorite in Stormblood. The problem is, I hate Alamigo. I hate it so much. Stormblood felt constantly underwhelming. I think definitely in parts. Like Alamigo is this big thing that's built up, and so my least favorite area in video games is deserts, and Alamigo is 3 deserty areas, and that was kind of disappointing because they don't look very different. Like it makes sense for them to be like they are, but it didn't really hit with me. And I didn't like the characters as much there either. Like I love Hian, I like Yugiri. I grew to like Lise, but I preferred Lise in the MSQ when she was in Ophid. I didn't like her as much when she was in Alamigo. That's when I found her to be quite annoying. Like you had Pippin and Raubon there, but they weren't as involved that much. Not as much as I would have liked them to be. So that's why Stormblood's sort of in the middle. Well, I say in the middle. I've not played 1.0. But that's why it's where it is. Because whilst I really love this stuff in Ophid, I didn't vibe as much with the stuff in Alamigo. I felt like it dragged on a bit. And like I said earlier, that's the one that really doesn't feel like you as a character is very important compared to the other two. Where, especially in Shadowbringers, where you are the main character. The best thing about Shadowbringers actually is that everyone gets to be involved. It feels like you have an actual party with you. Like you're actually adventuring with your friends like you do in sort of other RPGs. Whereas it doesn't feel like that as much. I feel like you like going around with Lise and whoever else joins you for which area. So you do have other people with you in Stormblood. But I don't know, it's not a consistent party. There's not like a lot of interaction between everyone else. I love the way Shadowbringers does that. It finally lets you spend time with the Scions. And that's why that's my favourite. Because I love, like, you grow to love the Scions. Like, they didn't leave like a huge impact in A Realm Reborn, but over the space of the rest of the game, they really grow on you. Stormblood felt like you were deploying units. It felt like Stormblood is you building sort of your resistance, right? That's sort of what you're doing, I guess, really. You are sort of building up units and armies to fight the Empire, and I think it does that well. It's just sort of the more personal stuff I don't feel like we get as much of. It shouldn't feel like it. I don't know, I feel like that's what they were going for. It just... I mean, I think they achieved what they wanted to achieve on that front. It's just, you know, it's either something you're into or you're not, and I think it drags when it does. It's less time spent with the characters you want to spend with. So I get what you're saying. I'm not sure I 100% agree, but I get what you're saying. Yeah. Whereas Shadowbringers, you do get to spend all that time with all those characters that you're growing fond of. And you get to see them interact with each other and their relationships. And it feels more like you're playing... Well, I assume it's like what the other Final Fantasy games are like, but... I've not played them, so I don't know. But to me it feels like playing Dragon Age or Mass Effect. And you're going around with your companions. And that's like my thing. Like, I love doing that. So that's why I think I like... sort of... like Shadowbringers as much as I do. It feels like my style of RPG more so than the others. Which is not to say I don't enjoy the others. I do. I just like that one more. I'm interested to see how that feels in Endwalker. I'm interested to see if there is a main character besides us this time. By the sounds of it, it feels like Alphino might be taking that spot, which will be interesting. It certainly makes sense. Because he has that spot in Heavensward. He definitely feels like the joint main character in that. And I think it worked out really well there, so it'll be interesting to see. Yeah. Patch-wise, though, I think 5.1 kind of drags a little bit. But it's fun. I do like... You're basically just closing things up in 5.1. Which is needed, I think, considering it's on an entirely different realm. But 5.3 is like where everything's just like... That's the shit. It's the real shit. I think my music stops again. One sec. I'll have to put another one on. Uno secondo. Don't want to talk with now in background. You'll do. I'll put the link in the chat. Would recommend. This is very nice to listen to. Very relaxing. I'm back. Alright. Time is it? 20 to 8. I reckon we could do a story or two. So, if you don't know, the Square Enix release short stories, I think, every now and then. Relating to characters that don't necessarily get the focus in the main game. I'm gonna turn the music down for me in my head a little bit. I've not read any of these yet, but I hear they're pretty good. So I figured we could go through some of them. My reading comprehension is meh. If I was to go here and put my reading comprehension, it'd be like here and see. So don't expect anything amazing. Also, I shouldn't do too much of this. I should save my voice for tomorrow. Didn't know this was a thing. Yeah, there's if I go back. Okay, if I go back again, there's all of these. And like each one of them has, okay, this one's got 3. There's this one. I don't know where they're all from, right? Does this one not want to open? Yeah, here we go. I assume these are all the different ones. Heaven's Ward, I guess. Yeah. Stormblood. Shadowbringers. Shadowbringers point 2. We're going to do the Shadowbringers point 2 because I assume it'll be the most connected. I'll put the link in chat if you want to have a look at them. But I assume this is the most connected to Endwalker. I don't know, makes sense to go through them. Alright. Wanna have some fun? Do some reading? I don't know that I'll do too many of them, but since I'll be in a queue all day tomorrow, I might go through some then too. Maybe, we'll see how I feel. Anyway, The Burden of Duty. I have read a little bit of this one actually, so I know who this one's about. Birdsong and laughter drifted on the afternoon breeze, as the Dome and Enclave enjoyed yet another beautiful day. Yugiri was returning from the Risai Jugu, enjoying the rare pleasure of a leisurely stroll, when the children's commotion brought her to a halt. Okay, here we can see an example of where I'm going to struggle. There's going to be words in there that I don't know how to pronounce, so we're going to have to live with that. You're wrong. He got them fighting an Imperial General. Nah, it was a tiger. It caught him off guard and clawed at his head. Another argument over the origin of the scars on Lord Ian's forehead, and every assertion straying further and further from the truth. You're both wrong. He got them in a duel with the Monkey King. Pitched battle with an auspice was more imaginative than most rumours she had heard, and the closest to the truth besides. Still, it was but another flight of fancy. Yugiri could say this with confidence, for she was there that fateful day when Lord Ian received his most distinguishing marks. When she was a child living beneath the waves of the Ruby Sea, Yugiri and the other youths of Suino Sato were forbidden from venturing beyond the safety of the village. Nevertheless, time and again the adventurers among them would sneak past their elders to behold the wonders of the surface world. They journeyed into Doma, but what they found was not the proud kingdom of ancient legend. The city proper was a ruin, and black-clad Imperial soldiers marched through the streets. The sight of such misery and destruction was more than the children could bear, and so they ran, over root and under branch, as fast as their legs would carry them. So determined were they to return home, that no one noticed when Yugiri fell behind. Soon she was lost and alone in the dense bamboo grooves of Yangsha, but not for long. She entered into a clearing where stood a young boy, who gripped firmly in his hands a wooden sword ill-suited to his small frame. Steady and rhythmic were his swings, and his sweat-soaked garments led her to wonder how long he had been at his task. Yugiri's fear at her unfamiliar surroundings gave way to curiosity, as she mustered the courage to speak. "What are you doing?" His sword did not waver as he carried on swinging and replied, "Training. But I am to fight to protect the ones I love. I must become stronger. But you are only a child. It's not your place to fight and much less protect anyone." The boy stopped at that, and at last regarded the unexpected spectator. "I am not a child," he declared. "I am Shun Rijin, a samurai of Doma. A samurai's duty is to protect their people. And to do that," he said, as he assumed his stance, "I must train." One day, The young boy would fulfill his duty and bring freedom to his homeland. And though she did not know it then, Yugiri would be at his side. But today was not that day, and as the skies began to darken, she was reminded of her pressing need to return to her village. With a young Shun to guide her, she found her way back to the eastern shore, and shortly thereafter, Suino Sato. Safe at last, but for how long? It was only a matter of time before the Empire plumbed the depths of the Ruby Sea, and the people of Suino Sato would have no hope of withstanding an Imperial assault. Not unless I am prepared to do my part. The very next day, she returned to the surface to join Shun in the bamboo grove, and tried her best to match his movements with a wooden sword of her own. Every day she would sneak away to train with him, and every day the two grew closer. Shun had found a much-needed friend with whom he could share anything, and through their friendship a measure of their childhood that war had denied him. Oh. The simple game of Ishikari, she taught him, was enough for Shun to forget the worries of the world, if only for a short while. And when Yugiri explained that the children of Suino Sato played such games all the time, she was struck by the awe and envy in his wide eyes. So much has been taken from them, so much I've taken for granted. This must be right after she left her folks. I think it's around that time. I think this is explaining why she left. I think that's the idea, although we will find out, mayhaps. The skies were clear and the sun was shining when Yugiri arrived at the bamboo grove for another bout of training, only to find Shun sitting quietly, arms folded, brow furrowed. Doma Castle had suffered terrible damage, and when the Empire had invaded and laid siege to it, and having decided to repair and repurpose it, the Gallians had begun conscripting villagers en masse. For a fortnight the people had been forced to labor without cease, rest afforded only to those who collapsed from exhaustion. Unable to ignore their plight, Shun had gone to his father, Lord Kayan, the former king of the Imperial Province, and begged him to put an end to the suffering, to stand and fight. "You know not what you ask of me, my son, what you ask of Doma." His father ruled in name only, a puppet of the Empire, and knew well the cost of disobedience. You may think it cowardice or heartlessness to accept this treatment, but I do so that my people endure, that they survive. Shun had managed to bite back the anger and keep silent before his father. Because she was sneaking to train, and she made up her mind to be a ninja. Which is why she left home. Yeah. So they were out there having fun at this point. They were sort of exploring the outer Suino Sato. Like, the kids were out there just seeing, like, what's up happening in the upper world. And then she bumped into Heian, saw him trading, and now she's sort of getting a feel for that, is the vibe, I think. But there, in the grove with the Yugiri, he could no longer contain the rising fury, nor the bitter tears. "I have to help them. I have to." He looked away, trying in vain to hide his face. "I am a samurai of Doma. I must fulfill my duty." But Yugiri had no words to comfort him, only her company. And so they sat together in silence and watched the clouds drifting by overhead. After a time, Shun rose to his feet. "I'm sorry, Yugiri, but I have to return home." She saw how he trembled still. Fists clenched and refused to meet her gaze. "Don't lie to me." Yugiri followed him, keeping to the shadows, and as she suspected, he did not return to the family estate, but instead travelled along the One River, until he reached his true destination, the Swallow's Compass, built in tribute to Ganon, his forefather, and the legendary hero who united Doma. The once great mausoleum now sat in disrepair, and the Imperials turned away all who would make pilgrimage here. But few knew the mausoleum's grounds better than Shun and his family, and Yugiri watched from a distance as the young samurai stole past the guards, and disappeared through a hidden passage in the wall. As she crept through the dark and mouldy corridors, eyes fixed on Shun. The silence was broken by the grinding of metal on metal. The boy scurried into the shadow of a pillar as Yugiri scampered to hide behind a nearby gong. No sooner had they concealed themselves than a gargantuan, steel-clad figure emerged from the darkness, a shining jewel signifying its heart. A Kyofusa, maybe. The soulless sentry, Shun well knew, was charged with safeguarding the tomb's treasures from would-be robbers. He also knew it did not distinguish between friend or foe, and so he held his breath, hoping to remain undiscovered. Eventually the Kyofusa receded back into the dark of the mausoleum, prompting Shun to make his move. Yugiri leapt from her hiding place to pursue him, but, in her haste, she set the gong in motion, and before she had made it even 5 steps, a thunderous clang filled the air. The ringing of the gong was answered by the rattling of steel as the Kyofusa made its return, intent on dispatching the intruder. Those things are bitches to fight. I don't remember what they are. What are they? What do they look like? Those are the metal fucks in the... Oh, those things. Yeah, I remember them being a pain in the ass. In the way when you're trying to do fucking cutscenes and shit, you know. The Guardian was upon her in an instant, its monstrous blade held high. You fool. As it came crashing down, she fell to the ground and shut her eyes to brace for the end. Yugiri winced at the sharp screech of the sword locking the swift sword. But when she opened her eyes, she saw Shun standing over her, struggling to keep the sentry at bay. Get back, quickly! Though she was very nearly frozen with terror, Yugiri managed to crawl to safety as Shun parried the Kyofusa strike, driving his blade to the side. The construct would not be deterred, however, and dealt a rising stroke that sent Shun tumbling backwards. He managed to deflect the blow at the last moment, and though bruised, believed himself otherwise unharmed, until he felt the warmth flowing from his brow. "Kami, give me strength," he muttered. The Guardian would overpower him ere long, but there was a certain regularity, a predictable pattern to its movements. Shun grinned. There was hope yet, provided he could force it to miss a second time. The steel behemoth swung its sword in a wide arc once more, and though the boy thought himself prepared, with its deceptive speed the sentry nearly took his head again. But Shun would not let another cut slow him. The Kyofusa shifted, as before, to recover from the momentum of its own attack, and seizing the opportunity, he stepped as close as he dared, and with all his strength, drove his blade into the crystalline heart. The jewel shattered, and at once the mountain of metal crashed to the floor, a lifeless heap. A hard-won victory to be sure, but one he dared not waste time savoring, for it was but one of the mausoleum's many protectors. "We have to get out of here now," Shun whispered as he helped Yugiri up, and together they retraced their steps quickly and quietly, never stopping until fresh air once more filled their lungs. Whatever Shun had hoped to achieve was forgotten now, a crisscross of fresh scars, the only reward for his efforts. So that's how he got the scars then, huh? Interesting. I owe you my life, Yugiri began, but the respite was short-lived, for they were soon spotted by an Imperial guard making his rounds. "Younglings, here!" The guard cocked his head and smiled, though there was no kindness in his eyes. "Well, I hope it was worth it," he said as he reached for the sword at his hip. "Please," Shun pleaded. "She is only here because of me. Spare her, I beg you." The boy got down on his hands and knees and pressed his bloody forehead against the dirt. "Noble one for so young, I'll grant you that. Still..." Yugiri was frozen with fear as the guard drew his blade. Did we escape one death only to meet with another? What a piteous scene. The trio turned and saw Gosetsu, honored general, renowned samurai, and faithful retainer of House Rijin, standing some distance away. "Lord Gaius will be inconsolable when he learns of his son's execution," The guard looked again to the children, squinting at Shun in particular. The blade in his hands was shaking. I have my orders. Anyone caught trespassing in the mausoleum is to be executed. He tightened his grip. No exceptions. A man of duty, I see. But, pray tell, do you intend to explain that mere children were able to sneak past you undetected? I shudder to think what punishment the Viceroy might impose for such negligence. Yugiri saw the blood drain from the soldier's face. Slowly he lowered his sword and sheathed it. Away with you then, and let no one else see you, he said, before resuming his patrol. Such recklessness does not become Doma's heir, Master Regent. What if I had not come quickly enough to dissuade the guard? Rising from the ground, Shun could not bring himself to look Gosetsu in the eye. Our people need help. I thought I could find the Monkey King. If I could find him, he... Quitan Deshang would indeed prove a formidable ally. If tales of his prowess are true, let us suppose your plan had succeeded, and with his aid you saved those being forced to rebuild the castle. What then? Shun opened his mouth to speak, but they both knew they had no answer. I too wish to see our people spared imperial cruelty, but a far crueler fate awaits deserters upon recapture. Will you subject them to the risk? Have they then the resolve to bear it? Shun was trembling now, and the towering samurai knelt and spoke to him gently. Forgive me, Master Rijin, but I mean only to remind you of your... Oh, shit, I'm passing. Forgive me, Master Rijin, but I mean only to remind you of your father's lesson. That you must understand that you ask your people what you ask of Doma. Yugiri saw Shun grappling with the truth of the grizzled samurai's words. He asks too much of himself, she said. Yugiri went on to recount Shun's gambit that allowed them to escape the mausoleum relatively unharmed. She's snitching. Tut tut. Bravery well beyond your years, Lord Gaius will be proud, and happy to see you delivered home, my lord. In time, Doma Castle was rebuilt, and the conscripts were allowed to return to their villages, but the bamboo grove where the two children had once played would be abandoned, for Shun was preparing to train under Gosetsu's watchful eye, and we must say our goodbyes. My father was right. For now we must endure. We are not ready to oppose the Empire, myself most of all. To Yugiri's surprise, he allowed himself a wry smile. Someday, I will make a Doma a land, like Suino Satu, where children laugh and no one lives in fear. I swear it. Though there was no telling when that day might come, Yugiri couldn't help but share in his hope. And I will be there when you do. I will hold you to that. The sound of skittering rocks roused Yugiri from the memories. The children had ceased their bickering and were engaged in a game of Ishikiri, for they live not in fear, for they are free. Have you room for one more? In many ways, he was still a child. Oh, it's him. Yugiri looked on with a smile as Lord Heian had added his voice to the chorus of laughter. A child at heart, and a man of your word. That's quite sweet. He supposedly knows the place well. Did he not know about the constructs? Fair point, I suppose. Fair point well made. Alright. I can't do too many of those. It doth hurt. Mine voice. What other tiers are there? This takes less effort. Job 6. You know what? I will do jobs 6.0, but from an aesthetic standpoint. Gameplay will not come into it, unless I've played it, and then I might cheat and gameplay might come into it. The rules are going to be, they're mixed. They're mixed rules. We'll stick with the ABCD thing. I can't be asked making a new one. I'm lazy. It's not going to tell me what they are they? Let's hope I can remember which each symbol means then. I have now played every class to level 30, job, whatever. I guess technically class. So I have played them a little bit, but it's based on how they look. And immediately, this is Scholar, right? Easy D. Easy D. And not because of the changes or lack thereof. It just looks crap. Like the aesthetic of Scholar is black fairy robe. What? No. Scholar's boring. Again, aesthetically. I've not properly played it, I don't know what it's like to play. But aesthetically, dull. Bad. C. Bad to C. It's got its own little vibe. You see a bard, you think that's a bard. Or maybe it's a machinist, but it's probably a bard because it's got a bow. And you know, the great thing about bard is they can play the music, which actually should give them a little bit of a boost based on the music. Seems only fair. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about bard. I think it's one of the most sort of default classes, right? It's the class you expect in a fantasy game. Or at least Archer is. I guess when you get to bard, it's a bit more interesting because you don't have it in like WoW. But it's still the Archer sort of heritage is still pretty noticeable there. Like it always feels more like an Archer than a bard to me when I see it. So it's B, but it's only B because it gets to play music, which is fun and a little quack. Black Mage, I believe. I don't enjoy playing Black Mage, but Black Mage is pretty iconic, aesthetically. And whilst I don't like playing it, I know other people do, and for the reason I don't, which is that it takes effort. And it's hard to do. It's a bit more complex than most classes, which I struggle with, but it looks fucking cool. And its spell effects are massive and huge, and yeah. I don't know what you are. We'll put you at the end, and then what's left we'll figure out. This is Gunbreaker, right? Or is it Dark Knight? This is Dark Knight, this is Gunbreaker, Paladin, Warrior. I think. We're gonna go with that. This is Dark Knight. S. I love Dark Knight. I know we're doing this mostly off aesthetics, but fantastic story. I enjoy playing Dark Knight. It looks cool as shit. You see a Dark Knight and you know it's a Dark Knight because they probably got a purple glowy sword, and that kind of gives that away. But love Dark Knight. That was Dancer? That's Dancer? I see that. I know that's Ninja. I know that is Ninja. But I see that and I think Dancer. I know it's Ninja. But I see Dancer. Is this Scholar? Or is this Scholar? So this is White Mage. You know what? This is Scholar because that's Astrologian. That's why we put stuff to the end, right? Well, Dancer's still going at the end. So yeah, Dancer, Dark Knight's S. Is this Dragoon? Yeah, this looks like Dragoon. Actually, you know what? It goes there. Dragoon again, you see a Dragoon, you know a Dragoon. It looks really cool, but most of their armor looks very samey. Like, it's good because you know what it is, you know, it's got a very noticeable profile, it's unique compared to everything else. But it does get a bit samey. When they get sort of their iconic looks, their relic gear or whatever. But it's a good look, so you can't really blame them for just iterating on the same thing. But I still think it should lose points for that. Gunbreaker. Go there. No, not there. Never do that. That works. So, my reasoning for this. Gunbreaker has a really, really cool weapon. And the idea behind Gunbreaker is really, really cool. But so the rest of the aesthetic, I don't feel like quite meets it. You know, in the middle. It's not quite as good. 6.0 armor is really cool. I don't remember what it is. But I'm just thinking, I'm going to be honest, when I think Gunbreaker, I think Thancred. When I think Thancred, I think that white coat. That's my because my Gunbreaker set's just glammed to look like what's his face from Final Fantasy 15, the Lucian Prince thing. He's just wearing that. But yeah, I don't know. Nothing really sticks out to me about Gunbreaker except the weapon. Like I think when I heard it was a thing, when I was playing through the game, and the Gunbreakers you see are all the Galleons. I think I was expecting it to be more in line with that, and it's gonna be like maybe making those cool fucking X things all the time and shit like that. And I don't know. I don't know. It's like it's got more of a machinist vibe to it, sort of aesthetically. I think, which makes sense. Gunbreaker should have been DPS. Isn't it like the most DPS sort of orientated tank though? So it kind of feels that way. Like I feel that way about Sage. I wish Sage had been DPS, but it is the most DPS-y healer. So it kind of makes sense. And I only wish it had been DPS because I don't want to heal. I'm gonna force myself to do it. But I feel you. It does feel like an odd choice for tank, but I think it works. I think there's only so much you can do with tanks, right? Really. 'Cause even like Dark Knight, you see it and you think that would be a DPS. And a warrior, really. You see that and you think that would be a DPS. Paladin's the only one that I see, I think, no, that's a tank. So I think it makes sense. I think that's sort of the drawback of not having specs in this game. Is that, you know, classes don't necessarily get the full-on vibe you would expect them to have. Like with Sage, I feel like you could do more with that concept if it was DPS. Because most of its abilities are going to be heals and barriers, so you're not going to see like much. Like it's going to have more DPS than the other healers, but like DPS abilities. You can see it more than you would otherwise see, but they would have been able to do more with it, I think, as DPS. But I don't think it being a healer is a bad thing. I think it's a good thing. Because it looks so fucking cool that it gets people wanting to play healer, which is important. Because my understanding is they seem to be the least played role. Like I played played tank and struggled to get a Q even with that. I guess it's probably a Sether by Sether thing though. Machinist, interesting. Gonna put Machinist there. I really like Machinist. Machinist was the class I finished Shadowbringers with. I did boost it. So, but the thing with Machinist is it's that easy that you can. I feel like you can boost it and just get a grasp on it pretty easy. It's not a very difficult class, which is probably why I like it. It's an easy one to learn. It's got that cool sort of. It's got a similar vibe to the Gunbreaker, I think, aesthetically, which makes sense. Again, because they're both gunny styles, but yeah, I like Machinist. It's fun. It's not the best, but it's up there. This Monk. I feel like this is Monk. We're gonna pretend this is Monk. Monk. Where do I put you? About there. I think. I feel like it's hard to get a grasp on Monk because I feel like I barely see anyone play Monk. So, and I barely played it. So I don't get like the only Monk I can think of is Lise, and she's pretty cool. Like when she's fighting with that dress on and shit, that looks pretty cool. She does steal the limit break a little too much, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, I don't know. Monk feels very simple, but simple's good sometimes, and I think it stands out amongst everything else because of that. Actually, like everything else is quite flashy, but Monk is more subdued, so it definitely has its place. But it's mid tier. Paladin. Ooh, this is difficult because I've been playing a lot of Paladin recently. It's somewhat become my main. I enjoy playing Paladin. Like, I really enjoy playing Paladin. But aesthetically, the Paladin look has never done it for me. It's too, like I'm used to sort of WoW's Paladins, and I don't like them. I played one. Again, I played one for like most of my time playing that game. But I don't like the aesthetic. Like, it's all shiny and holy, and I don't know. But the new armor set looks amazing. So, but I was looking, like, they let you look through all the other ones, right, in the benchmark, and I was looking through them all. I'm like, I don't really like most of these. I like the new one. The rest kind of suck. So I don't know what to do with that. I'm gonna put it there, I think. Ninja's cool as shit. The ninja armor in this game is really cool. That? No. That. Ninja's cool. Ninja's like ability set is ridiculous and weird, and I both love and hate it. It's difficult to get a handle on, I find, but it's also really cool. And it just looks cool. Like, the abilities look cool, the armor looks cool. I love it. Reaper, ooh, it's a bit hard to do Reaper when we've only seen like such a little of it, I guess. But what we have seen, I love it. The thing I like the most about it is the animations. The animations, like, they look so good. They're crazy. I love them. And like the little demon thing you get, which is why I'm hoping we get like a proper story with it. Because I want that explained to me, why I have this weird little demon thing coming around with me. But that looks really cool. Oh, what else was I going to say? The scythe's cool. I'm going to be honest, the scythe isn't like super my jam. It's probably my least favourite thing about it. Because I feel like Dragoon could get like a lance that kind of looked a bit scythy already. Maybe. Or a warrior, I don't know. I feel like there was already a scythy thing kind of in it. Blasphemy, sorry. It's my... I must be true and say scythe isn't really my thing. I don't know. I don't think like you can do a lot of unique things with a scythe. It's just a scythe. It's what it is. Although the one that they've shown where it sort of hinges in is a pretty cool idea. But it doesn't work like a scythe, but it looks like a scythe. Which is what's important. I don't know, this is the only thing about it I'm not like super like into. But the animation's more than make up for it. The armor's cool as shit for the other classes. Yeah, but for the other classes it still looks like a sci-fi. There was something else I was gonna say that I really liked about it, but I've forgotten. So but yeah, it looks really cool. The armor's cool, the spell effects are cool. Oh, what I was gonna say is I love that it looks like it's really quick. I know I said I was doing this just aesthetic, but it being really quick is kind of aesthetics. And it looks really cool and just like so much fun, and then the ability where you like teleport and you can go back to the spot where you teleported is badass. So yeah, it deserves to be there. It deserves to be there. Red Mage. See, this is like Paladin. I don't like the Red Mage gear. I don't like the look with the fedora and stuff. I think it looks kind of gaudy. I'll be honest. I love playing Red Mage. I love like the sort of style with the fucking fencing sword and the little thing you floating around with, and you charge in, you do your melee attacks, and I love playing it. I love the animations. I love the actions. I hate the armor. I hate it so much, and every set is the same fucking thing. It's the fucking fancy suit with the fedora, and it's bright fucking red. It goes there because of my bias. My bias keeps it an A, but I hate that armor set so much. I really don't like it. Sage goes there. Sage is kind of what I was hoping for. When I saw so before I caught up on the game, I'd seen like an article that was like there was this Gundam thing in the game, and I've never really had like much interest in anything Gundam, but I was like, I saw like a screenshot of it. I was like, that's so cool looking. And then I did the trial not that long ago, and I was kind of like, I loved that storyline. I was disappointed though that you only got to pilot the Gundam thing once. But I was like, that made me hope that there was going to be a class that sort of had that vibe to it. And I feel like Sage is the reasonable sort of realization of that. Again, kind of wish it would be, like, kind of wish it was DPS, but I think it's better that it's a healer. I think it makes sense for the game, because it makes more people want to play a healer, which is important. It certainly make me want to play a healer, which is probably not a good thing for everyone else if I do, but it's not my fault. So yeah, I love it. I love everything about it. It's my ideal. It's a samurai, right? I really like samurai. Samurai with ninja. I like it a little bit more than ninja. The aesthetic is very samurai. I mean, you look at it and you think, yeah, there's a samurai. He's got a katana, he's got a robe-ish kind of thing. But I really like that aesthetic. I love the whole samurai vibe. They've done it so well. And again, it's supposed to be aesthetic, but I do love how it plays too. So it gets pretty high. Summoner. This feels like it's a bit unfair to use Summoner, because it's changing so much. I guess this is new Summoner. We're doing Sage and Reaper, so new Summoner. It does say 6.0. So Summoner, if we were going purely on armor, would be there. Those stupid little dorky hornet gets. No. That's not for me. Kinda looks like a fucking clown or something. But, I mean, it's the very definition of being a dickhead, right? You have a dick on your head. It's not flattering. But the new spells and shit look very cool. And quite fun. So... I have to put it behind. It only gets to go there for now. I feel like I need to see more of it. More of what it's going to be. Because whilst they look cool, it's not enough to make up for you looking like a complete dork while you're doing it. No one wants to be a literal dickhead. Well, I shouldn't say that. I'm sure some people do want to be literal dickheads. I do not want to be a literal dickhead. Figurative, sure. Literal, no. Warrior. I find warrior boring. Warrior is like it's like bad. It's the default, but it's the default. You know, it's the thing everyone goes. It's what, you know, the main warrior, the cinematic warrior of light was originally for a reason. I think the armor is cool, but it's me. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of axes in general. That's never been my vibe. You know, when I played classes in other games where you could have an axe, yeah, I'd go for the sword or the spear or something. So warrior doesn't really do it for me. I think I have been playing warrior quite a bit recently because of Palace of the Dead, and I'm surprised by how little there is to it, to be honest. Although I have only done it to level 60, so I shouldn't say that, but at 60, I just feel like there's nothing to it. Like, it feels like a neutered paladin. I don't know, that's how I feel. I'm probably wrong. That's how I feel. White mage... I feel very similar to the way I feel about warrior with white mage. It's the default healer, right? It's the priest. It's alright. I get it. It's cool. It's cool for what it is. If you're into that kind of thing, then I think it does what it wants to do perfectly, but it doesn't appeal to me. Astrologian. Nothing about warrior is cool. You said it, sir, not I. Astrologian. Astrologian is very cool aesthetically. I can't deny. Its spell effects are really beautiful too. Like the one with like the stars. I don't quite get the card mechanic with it yet. I'm sort of getting it a little bit more. Where you're trying to get like 3 different things. I've got to that part with it. But I don't know. I think that's where I want to put Astrologian. Yeah. Yeah. Man, healer's not doing so good. Healers and tanks both not doing so good. My bias is showing. My bias is definitely showing. So this was Dancer, right? Dancer aesthetically is nothing like what I thought it would be. The actual abilities look really cool. There's no denying that. But I thought they'd have like proper cool, like fancy dresses and shit. I don't feel like they do. I feel like their dresses are kind of crap. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say they're crap, but they're not to my like. I guess I'm not a dress kind of guy, so I don't know. I like it. I like the effects. I love the weapons. I think the idea to go with the little circle blades was a good idea. Whatever they're fucking called. Chakrams? I don't know. No, chakrams are something else. Whatever. It's a cool idea. I'm just not super fond of the outfits and stuff they've gotten yet, but I think the animations and the style make up for it. That's Monk, so yeah. No, the literal dickhead goes behind the monk. No, there we go. Yeah. Now, we should be honest with ourselves and say the fact that these two are up in S at the very top is probably because they're new. It's probably the only reason. I'm buying into the hype and putting them at the top because of it. I'm letting that sort of affect what I do. I'm gonna be honest, that's probably the reason. But that's where they're staying, because right now, that's what I'm feeling. Boom. Easy. Easy peasy. This I couldn't tell you which dungeon was which, so there's no point doing that. Creatures? This could be fun. Protect? Probably would die for. A good bean. Maybe just a little meme? Maybe just a meme? Okay, no. Alright. What is this? Is this a penguin? No. It's a penguin, it looks like it got a ponytail. No. It's green, which is a bit sickly. Who wants a green penguin? Is it a penguin? Nobody knows because it's tiny, but I'm assuming it's a penguin. Based off this picture, that's an okay no. We have a tentacle. I'm not sure I should even bother asking why we have just a tentacle. I'm assuming it's a meme. I mean, I'm sure someone's Warrior of Light is getting a lot of fun out of the tentacle, but mine is not. So, Carbuncle. I think I'd die for Carbuncle. I think I would die for Carbuncle. It's adorable. It looks like a Pokemon, which is an instant win for anything. You look like a Pokemon or a Digimon or whatever, you win. So it really should go there, shouldn't it? Carbuncle. I don't know much about Final Fantasy out of 14, but I always knew Carbuncle. Chubby Cat. Where do we put the Chubby Cat? Chubby Cat's a good bean. We like the Chubby Cat. The Chubby Cat is probably a meme, but I like it more than meme status, so Chubby Cat, good bean. Very good bean. It's adorable. It's an animated corpse or some shit, which is a bit creepy, but we'll pretend that doesn't exist. Chubby Chocobo. You know what? Go with the other one. Okay. Nah, I gotta put you there. I love the Chocobo. It's very fun to run around with. The music's great. The chasing the cat thing, cake thing, is hilarious. I love it. Everything about it is great. It's so well animated. probably would die for it. Probably. Which is the emphasis on probably. I'm not saying any definites, but probably. Goblins. Goblins are good beans. I like goblins. Spock, spock. They're great. I love them. Except when they're in the Illuminati. Those goblins suck. But this goblin, just normal little goblin. Yeah. Cat with wings. Cat with wings. Imagine the amount of nonsense a cat with wings could get up to. It's not a good thing. But it would be adorable. It definitely wouldn't be a good beam though. If there would be nothing good about that cat. It would be devious and cruel. Maybe just a meme. Gabababoo. I'd die for a gabababoo. Who wouldn't? One day I shall ride on you, sir. I mean, it's just an adorable dog. This is definitely a good bean. Every dog is a good bean. Muggles. It depends on the Moogle. Some of those Moogles are annoying. Some of them are great. Some of them, their names you don't remember and they get insulted about it, but hey, it was ages ago when I did your quest, sir. It was a whole day. Or maybe 2. I don't think I'd die for a Moogle. Good bean. Nope. Get out of here, sir. It could be the most adorable fucking thing in the world and it would still go here because it does that stupid attack where it's got the coronal AoE and if you're stupid enough to get stuck in it, you get every debuff known to fucking man and it's miserable. Hate him. Hate him. Hate him. Namazu, I have your head that I can put upon my head. And also a mount. I'd die for a Namazu. I love them. They're ridiculous, they're stupid, they're adorable. They have weird cutscenes where they do weird shit in their little bee stripe thing. You get to make a giant one, which is cool. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with where that is. This little dude. I love that he shows up on that guy's desk and you can just play triple triad with him. I think that's amazing. That is awesome. He's a good bean. Move, cat. God damn it. I've seen that you can get one of these as a mount now, and I'm very interested to see what it looks like as a dude bunny. Maybe I will find out. So that's kind of, it's got it fresh in my mind, but make me kind of like it a little more than I otherwise would, I think. I don't think it's going above a good bean. I don't think I can do that. Yeah, we'll put it there. Cactua. Sabotenda, I think. I think you are a meme, sir. You're the better of the memes, though. This thing. This serpent thing that everyone seems to love. I don't get it. I don't get it. I guess it's kinda cute. But look at it, it's just a blob with a mouth. It's a blob with a mouth. It's a meme, I'm sorry. Maybe that's controversial, but it's a blob with a mouth. With a stripe on it, I guess. The mount's kinda cool, but that's not the mount. Spriggan, protect. Easy. The mount seals it for me. Once you're on the little thing with his little gritty mouth, for attack. All Spriggans. Tomberry. Well, I don't think I need to die for a Tomberry, because the Tomberry would probably kill me with his little dagger. It reminds me of the... oh, what's the show with the puppets? Oh. The Netflix did the show, it's based off the old film. Mark Hamill plays a weird lizard thing. Your sandwich went missing. That's even worse than my memory going missing. How'd you lose your sandwich, sir? What'd you do with your sandwich? Find it. Find it. Oh, for God's sake. This might be a bad idea. Is this going to reset things? Let's go here. Netflix show puppets. Yeah, Dark Crystal. It reminds me of the thing from Dark Crystal. I feel like it fit in there pretty well. You put it in the refrigerator and it's not there. Is anyone else in your house? Could anyone have taken it? Have you been sleepwalking? Because that doesn't bode well. No? Are you sure you put it? Are you sure you didn't take it out of the refrigerator? I don't think the sandwich got up and walked off on its own. Unless the meat was undercooked. You're 100%. It has to be somewhere. You've not accidentally put it in the bin or something, have you? Have you checked in the bin? Where am I putting you, Thornberry? I don't think you are a good bean. You are gonna go with the good beans though. You checked everywhere. Check down the sides of the sofa? Have you got pets? Could a pet have eaten it? It has to be somewhere, right? Otherwise. Anyway, this is my creature tiers. I was expecting more creatures. No, we're not more. Best boys. Oh. Is this from a particular angle? Boom. We're doing this one. Okay, we're changing this to... Ooh. What? That's just awkward. Okay. That'd just be awkward. Love Alpha no, but it would be awkward. Ardbert. S. Emmerich. S. I'm sorry, Shy. It's not for me, buddy. Well, I know where Despair would put you. And I am not Despair. Boom. I like you more as a character, less as that, but you can go there. Stinian A. I'm not even talking about these ones. I've already talked about their characters in the other one. This is entirely something else. You and Sid, yeah. Sorry, God, but you can go there. You can go above Chai. Go Setsu, that'd just be weird. F. Wash up on. I'm gonna make people unhappy with this, aren't I? Maybe this was a bad idea. I think this person's idea of best boy and my idea of best boy are two very different things, actually. You can go there. Here, absolutely A. Rahobon. C. Bankrid. A. Oriange. B. Zenos. B. Edmond would be awkward. Okay, you can go here. We need a new category. Ooh, no. Nero. Nero likes himself too much. Pippin. Lalafell would be awkward. The literal kid would be very awkward. What is this for? Best boys. We're taking our own meaning to that. You see. E. Sorry, buddy, but no. Could you imagine putting Alpha anywhere else? Oh shit, well, they're gone. I'm not doing that again. It happened. We saw it. We never have to see it again. Have you found your sandwich yet, buddy? What else is there? Is there a zones one? No. Have you checked everywhere in the fridge? I don't understand how you could have just lost the sandwich. Yes. It might be time to accept that you have to make another sandwich. It wasn't an 11-inch sub. Oh. I guess making one's not an option then. Why'd you put it in the fridge in the first place, sir? Husbando Redux. Wow, that's a interesting choice of character to put on there. Is there one for zones? That could be interesting. Races. This feels a bit weird, doesn't it? Doing one of the races. Vieira. Based on the male one. Okay, so this technically doesn't say male, but just assume male would be there, but obviously male Vieira isn't on this list because they went out at the time, I assume. So just assume there's there, but we're going to play fair and say this is female. Female array. Hard to beat twink bunnies. Indeed. Aura male. I quite like the Aura male. I think they're pretty good. Not better than female Vieira though. Hrothgar. Hrothgar are a solid B, I think. Row male. I think if they look more like Gosetsu, like they were that large, they'd be a bit more impressive. But when I think of row males, all I think of is that guy in the fucking leopard plant shit that makes you beat up rocks. Doesn't leave a good impression on them. Row female, on the other hand, are pretty cool. Cat girls, overrated. Overrated. Hate that guy, me too. Cat boys, underrated. Best boys are cat boy. In fact, cat boys go up there with bunny boys. Lala male. Utter little shits most of the time. Is there a good Lala? Yeah, there's Pippin. Pippin gets... You know what? They're funny. They're funny, they get A. Both Lalas are funny. They both get A. Human male. Solid C. They're boring. My problem with the human males is... I think their faces are cool, but their posture and, like body models are a bit meh. They look a bit off. Human females... I don't actually dislike cat girls. I'm joking. Where do they go? I'd put them there-ish, I think. Our female, I don't know, they're a bit too dainty. Especially compared to the men. Like, it's a bit too much of like a drastic difference, I think. Seems a bit weird. I do prefer them to those and those. See. Alizan male. That's interesting, because I think of like Emmerich and Estinian. And I think I'd want to put these higher, but then I'm like, would I ever want to play an elven male? No. You like elves, I'm sorry. I don't. They're not my jam. I'd put them there. Elven female, I don't... I feel like are there any in the main story? I suppose there's Yazael. I feel like they show up very often. Like, not as much as you would think they would. Put them with the males. They look pretty similar. Yes. This is this one. I'll put the link in the thing. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, we'll do maybe one more. If I can find one I actually want to do. Locations. There we go. How many do we have to choose from? Am I supposed to... Oh, that's not going to work. I'm not going to be able to know what they are from that little picture. I'd rather words. Well, maybe. Let's have a look. When was this made? Does it say on here when they're made? I guess not. This looks like... Is this Kugani? Ruby C. I can't tell what that is from that picture. That's Ishgard. I assume that's Uldar? Yulmore. Somewhere in the Ishgard area in Kurfus, I think. That's supposed to be the Crystarium. That looks like a big tower. You know what? That's spoilers. You don't know. I don't know either. Does it show you what the weapons look like? It does, but it's very hard to tell. Wow, LFL NPCs. 140 songs. I'd be willing to do the songs, but not 140 of them. Who is this would be my answer to most of them. I'd know it if I heard it, I'm sure. Ooh, patch tier list. This is a fun one. Did they go from the beginning to the end? So that'd be 5.5, 0.4, 0.3, 0.2, 0.1. Because that's oh god, I don't know. I don't know what they are by. Why don't they just put the... Why don't they just title them? We've done that, basically. My opinion on the expansion is basically my opinion on the story. Same thing. Waifu tier list. I suppose. Not a waifu kind of person, but... Jesus Christ. Is there that many? 2B? Or not 2B? Sure. Palisae? Okay. Palisae's on there, we're not doing it. It's just weird. Cinematic trailers. Alright, let's end it on the trailers. Stormblood's at the bottom. This isn't a Stormblood I see as a D. This is... I'm putting them in order because there's as many things as there are things. You're tired of 2B. I suppose she is everywhere a little bit. I wonder when they do a new Nia game if they'll have a different character. I suspect not, right? She's pretty iconic at this point. I imagine they'll want to keep using her. Although, I don't know how it ends, so... Heaven's Ward S. Shadowbringers A. Ooh, actually. Not sure if I agree with what I've done here. She's not the yeah, I know there's the game before it, right? But she's like the most iconic at this point. Because they did the remake of that game, right? I'm somewhat educated on it. By which I mean not at all. I don't know what I would do with these two. I don't know which way around I would put them. Shadowbringers is still my favorite cinematic. Again, this isn't, I think this is shit. I think this is amazing. There's 5 things, 5 rows and 5 things, so I figured I'd just order them this way. Alright, I think you can enjoy Heaven's Ward, whether you know anything or nothing about Final Fantasy XIV. I think Endwalker, a lot of that's predated on what you do and do not know. Because I feel like if you don't know a lot about it, then you'd probably be lost, more so than you would in Heaven's Ward. So Heaven's Ward is based on stuff you've seen, and it spoils stuff you've seen. But it's just a dude fighting dragons for like a good chunk of it to epic music. Whereas this is predated on a lot of stuff that you already know, but to epic music. But I do love what they do with all the different songs. I guess it's my thing, isn't it? It's what I prefer. I think that's my thing. Shadowbringers is a bit unfair because it's my first, so I have a bias. And Endwalker is probably a bit unfair too because this is the current. It's about to launch hype. Heaven's Ward is just badass. It's got that amazing theme tune. Realm Reborn's really cool. It's also got the benefit of having that extended version of it. So, Stormbloods is cool. It's just not a lot happens in it really. It's that fight with Lise, and then you get the beautiful music and shot of Kugane. It sets up the expansion for me really well actually, because the first bits of it, like, it's pretty cool, but it's a bit boring. Which is the bit in Alamigo, which is how I feel about Alamigo. And then the second bit is Kugane, which looks amazing and is beautiful and has that absolute amazing music. Which is how, which is my favourite part of that expansion, is Ophid. So it sets you up pretty well for what's about to come actually. Trailer is the best part of the expansion. I disagree. I disagree. There's a lot about that expansion I like. Especially if you're including the patch stuff. Like, everything with Yotsuyu is great even without the patch stuff. And I quite like Zenos. I don't know that he needed to come back, but I like what they did with him in Stormblood. Appropriate timing this with the music. Dun, 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 dun. The turtle people are your favourite. I'm not sure. I isn't fond of them. Kugane is my favourite. It's my favourite city, I think. It looks amazing. I don't know, I don't know that I liked the turtle people all that much. I thought they were alright. I don't feel like they left that much of an impression. Also, their models look really weird. They look a bit plasticky. Which doesn't help. Also, the red and blue thing really threw me off. Like, you're green. You're green, you're not blue. I understand why it's that way. Ishgard is still your favorite city. It's a good choice. There's not really a bad choice, is there? All the main cities are great. I like the Crystarium too. The Crystarium feels like home to me. because I spend the most time there. I like the snow. Yeah, it's great for Christmas. It's definitely great for like current times, and it's very cozy with all the fires and stuff. I bet it's cool if you get a house there. Yeah. And all the best boys are there, you know, you got Emmerich, Stinian. It's good. I feel you, it's a good choice. And that is the place that, you know, takes you in and looks after you after you got screwed over and betrayed. Yeah, I vibe with that. Lakeland is your favourite overall because of all the purple. Is it because of all the purple? People in the lavender, yeah. It's very pretty zone. Once they get rid of all the fog in Ilmeg's very pretty. Too. I don't know what my favourite zone is actually. Kugani's my favourite city. You know what? Doma is my favourite zone. That zone is called Doma, right? With the big red walls and the blue. I remember walking through there and seeing the walls and the like blue, because I'd been disappointed with the zones up until that point, because it's like 2 desert zones and then the big ocean. I was like, alright. But that one just looks like, this is so cool. I love that one. I love the scale of it. I think that's my favourite. And then the Azim Step's cool too, when you realise that the middle is the big hand holding the fucking area in the centre. That's cool. Presumably Azim's hand, since it's Azim Step. It's cool. I like it. I don't know if any of the Heaven's Ward areas really stick out to me. Oh, I'm stupid. Of course they do. The last one. Azizla. That one came out of nowhere and was amazing and bonkers. Ooh. All the zones in Endwalker that they've shown so far look really cool too. I'm excited to see them up close and personal. Alright, I should... Boom. Hi. I feel like that's the time where I should close it, call it? I should call it. Thank you for watching. I will be on tomorrow. I don't know if I'll come on whilst I'm in the queue or after. Probably whilst, because then I can just be like, haha, you're in a queue, so now you have to watch me. I don't imagine anyone wants to watch someone doing the thing that they're doing. And you shouldn't be watching Despair, because there'll be spoilers for you. So, you're banned. You're barred. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna get to bed early, and I'm gonna wake up early, but I'm not gonna get any sleep, but I will wake up early. I think the download's like goes live like a couple of hours beforehand, so bear that in mind. You wanting to get on the train quick. It's around 10 gigabytes on PC, I think, 6 to 7 on PlayStation. But my understanding is that the download goes quite slow because of Square Enix's servers, so be warned, I guess. But yeah, I shall see you as a fellow bunny boy tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Oh lord, it coming. Bye bye. Thanks for stopping by. I shall see you. Bye.